This is a Headgum podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Hulu. 50,000 stores over the world in 2030. This is the stated vision of Yoon Hong-yoon, founder and chairman of a South Korean fried chicken restaurant. If this monstrously ambitious expansion plan holds, by next decade, Yoon's chain would usurp McDonald's and Starbucks as the world's largest fast food brand. And while it may sound ludicrous, when Yoon launched his concept in an already crowded market back in 1995, he silenced the doubters by scaling up to 1,000 locations faster than any chain restaurant in history. Like a great many dishes, Korean fried chicken's historical origin is disputed and colored by myth, but the most popular theory dates to the Korean War, when Black American GIs stationed overseas shared the breaded, seasoned chicken preparation with their South Korean counterparts. Post-war, the dish became a popular bar food, and by the 70s, South Korea had its own fried chicken chains, in advance of KFC's arrival in the 80s. Today, with South Korean pop culture dominating American pop culture, the South Korean remix of an American dish has become one of its signature culinary exports. And with over 3,500 franchises, Yoon's chicken chain presently has nearly as large a footprint as Popeyes and more outlets than Chick-fil-A or Church's. As it scales up its presence in the U.S., the name may prove a hurdle to Americans, who might understandably expect a smoked, sauced preparation as opposed to fried. But its stylized acronym stands not for barbecue, but for best of the best quality chicken, which will have to be the truth, not marketing bluster, to hit 50,000 stores by decade's end. This week on Doughboys, bb.q chicken. Welcome to Doughboys, the podcast about chain restaurants. I'm Nick Weiger, along with my co-host, Danny Dorito, the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell.
That's not bad. That was the Dorito Kid, as you know, back in the day.
Mitch, maybe a reason this isn't bad. I'm reading this from the roaster. PFT said this on Threedom, and I immediately thought of Mitch.
Wow.
Thanks for the giggles. At Gary Curls on Twitter. So you just stole PFT's roast.
Yeah. What the fuck? You're a regular Dane Cook or
he's a
Carlos
Mencia of roast submitters.
Yeah.
No, I think that's fair. At Gary Curls, you gave the credit. So shout out to PFT.
Just found something out about PFT. Never been to Olive Garden.
That's right.
Yeah.
There was such a gravity you said that with.
I know it's heavy stuff for our listeners to hear. Do we get PFT back for Olive Garden trip?
I would be interested what his perspective would be on what is the maiden voyage to Olive Garden in 2024.
Sure.
I feel like people will be kind of like, people have come around on Olive Garden. I'm like, it's fine.
By the way, I'm getting texts from Calpacas right now. I'm not just texting.
You got to take care of those right now.
And he is at Sally's, a Pete's. In Connecticut.
We may get some breaking chews throughout this episode.
He just sent me pictures of the pies.
Wow.
They look good.
Well, there you go.
You know what? I got breaking chews. I have a heart monitor on.
That's right.
Oh. That's a big deal.
I hacked it. So if I push this button, a Postmates guy will come. But I got a heart monitor on.
Heart monitor. Hey, maybe a new topic for a Mitch roast. Roast at birdfuck.com. Lay into this guy for his heart monitor.
Isn't it fun watching what happens to us? You're fucking sea monkeys. We love our fans.
We love our
fans.
Couldn't do it without them.
No, we love you guys.
We love you guys. We're having fun. We love you guys.
A less diverse January 6th crowd.
In worse shape, too.
Yeah.
More likely to shit into a trash can.
Jemmy, hello.
Hi, Jemmy.
Jemmy is thinking about coming up on the couch.
Yeah, Jemmy is lurking nearby for audio listeners.
Nothing to worry about with this heart monitor.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Everything's good.
Wags, I got a drop to play first of all.
Okay, great.
I do have a little. I was back in Boston.
You sure
for
were.
a quick trip.
Yeah.
the indie movie I worked on, Fear of Flying. Mark Finney directed it. Shout out to Mark. It played. We did some reshoots, and then the next day we did the premiere of it. But the reshoots weren't in the movie. Casey's hat just flew off his head as a director hearing that.
That answered a lot of questions that I had, actually.
Reshoots the day before the premiere.
The day before it was the actual premiere. It's an ultra low budget movie, but it went over great. It was a good
Congratulations,
trip,
you're the star of this movie. How exciting.
Thank you, Wags. It's very kind of you. But I was back there and I visited my sister's school. I won't say where it is, but my sister is a principal of a school.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there and
you're not saying because of me?
Yeah, basically.
Come on, you can trust Wags.
Well, I told you this story.
Yes.
But I went in and I went into a couple classrooms and like the teachers were like, he's on TV. And like, who's the most famous person you met? And I was like, Tom Brady. And then they went crazy for that. And I was like, Tom Cruise, which they also went crazy for.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise still has some power. And I said, Chris Pratt, and they were confused. And I was like, Star-Lord? And then they like got excited.
Yeah.
And then they were like, can we hug you? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. And all these children started to hug me. It was very strange. And then one kid is like, I'm going to give you my Instagram. This little boy was like, I'm going to give you my Instagram. Like, follow me. And like, I want you to follow me. So he came over, gave me a note. And then a little girl did the same. She gave me a note.
Yeah.
And I get home to my house in Quincy. And I look and it's this little boy's Instagram. I look at the other sheet. It's the little girl's number.
Yes.
And I said to my mom, I was like, this little girl from my sister's school, I'm not going to say my sister's name. Everyone knows my sister's name.
Yes.
Courtney's school. I was like, gave me her number. And my mom was like, well, you can't call it. And I was like, yeah, no shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
How old was this girl?
She was like a tween. She's very young.
Yes.
And then of course, she's a child. And then I texted my sister. I was like, one of your students gave me your number. And same reaction. Like, well, you can't call. I was like, I know. What the hell is what do you think? You think I'm gonna call this number?
That little girl was me. That's how we met.
I'm on your side here because that's a pretty bananas leap to make to think that you might actually follow up on that. You need a warning.
They were thinking. I was like, "What? You think you're adults? Whatever."
Right.
And then I told you the other day is like, Suss's child was sending me like funny videos, and I kept sending them back, and then Suss is like, Mitch keeps sending them back. I'm like, what do you want me to ignore your daughter? You're out of your mind. What the fuck's going on here? This is your reputation, not mine. Anyway.
Pretty soon, people are going to be thinking I'm a big fat idiot. We're going to swap. We're going to think like, hey, Weiger's dumb as shit.
People also you think you're a big fat idiot.
Mitch is a creep and Weiger's stupid. What's going on?
Anyway, I told you this story.
Yeah.
You very kindly came to it was premiere week for me.
That's right.
I did the short the indie movie in Boston, and then there was 2 shorts I went to. Ori Gundelman, you were at his premiere.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, Matt Mazzani the next day. But it was very kind. They were like people's names came up on screen and people and like actors' names and people were cheering. And then my name came up and it was just Weiger who was like, yeah! Just one guy in the theater.
You did great though. You crushed.
Thank you, Wags. I was very nice of you to be there. I appreciate it very much. Yeah. It was good.
You did eat. I mean, you did get a pizza. Went to your premiere and you got a pizza.
I went to the premiere and I went and got a pizza. I'm giving up cheese, so I went to Apollonia's, which was great.
Right.
Which is on Miracle Mile. I don't know if you've had it, but LA's got some good pizza. We got quarter sheets, Apollonia, Secret Pizza. Secret Pizza was I tried at a table read for Casey's movie.
Wow.
That's right.
It's great.
Oh, that's right. Hey, I was there.
Yeah, you guys were both there.
Wow.
Well, Apollonia I went to and I ordered, so they have round pizza and square pizza.
Uh-huh.
And I ordered a slice of square pizza and they gave me a full, I know this sounds like a fat guy excuse.
Right.
Like, they gave me a full one, but I had 2 full pizzas.
Yeah.
And I called up the bat phone, which is Sus, and I was like, I got 2 full. He's like, bring it up. So I brought it up there, And I gave one slice on the street to a man who was saying he was hungry, and I gave him a slice of pizza, which also sounds like a fat guy excuse. That guy ate another slice. But Sus and I, we did some damage to it. It was very good. Apollonia's Wags on Miracle Mile, if you want to try it.
It was Susser with a hat and a sign.
Then running like hell back to his house. Anyways, an eventful week. I'm back.
You're back.
I got a heart monitor. I'm back.
You're doing great. You're thriving.
I push it if something happens, if my heart flutters, or maybe if I get really annoyed.
Yeah.
I push it. So I should just have it on the trigger for the rest of the episode. Dealing with you.
We're gonna have fun. You got a drop to play.
Emma, hit him with a drop.
Like, I like when someone isolates, say, a little bit of dialogue and like turned it into a rhythm.
Dane Cook, a Boston guy. That's great. Dane Cook, a Boston guy. Hi. Dane Cook, a Boston guy.
Dane Cook, a Boston guy.
Hi. Dane Cook, a Boston guy.
I actually did a concert in Boston.
Dane Cook, a
It's
Boston guy.
where my career started.
Dane
where I
Cook,
grew
a
up.
Boston guy.
Boston.
Dane Cook, a Boston guy.
Did the Boston bombings.
Well-crafted drop. Okay. A little meta there.
It's
Yeah,
just so
wow.
weird that we also brought up Dane Cook.
Isn't that wild when that
always
happens?
with it. That's dose energy. Here she goes. Our guest
Jimmy
asked,
just
we haven't introduced our
hopped up
guest
onto
yet,
the couch next to Mitch.
but our guest asked, I hope Jemmy sits with me. And I said, it depends on what studio we're in. I looked in here. I said, nope, not going to happen. Sadly. I know. It's a great spot to be
You got
in.
extra room on your chair today.
Here's a drop from Emerson in Provincetown, Mass. Hey, Provincetown.
Wow.
Great spot. If you listen closely to it, you will hear a shocking confession made by Dane Cook. Huh.
I didn't hear what it was. Did anyone pick
Dane
that out?
Cook, a Boston
Didn't
guy,
watch that?
I believe. I think that's the confession.
I'm not actually a Boston guy. Guy's a fraud. Did you wait? From Emerson is the person, is the individual,
Yes.
not the college.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, got it.
What a distinguished name, dignified name. What am I looking for?
Emerson.
Emerson.
Yeah, it's a distinguished name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Provincetown. You've never been to the Cape. That's where I do want to try to take you to the Cape.
I'm down for a Cape trip. Hey, speaking of East Coast swings, drops at birdfuck.com, but our guest is going to be heading over there for a little bit. You're giving some recs. We'll get into it. Returning to the show, first time in the main feed, actor, writer, comedian, and founder of Viva La Boba, Tansu Philip is here. Hi, Tansu.
Wow.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so
Of
much
course,
for
thank you
being
for
here.
being here.
No, are you joking? We can't talk about it too much or I'm going to get emotional about like how you can achieve anything you dream in life. And once upon a time, I imagined I would be on the show. And I'm
Oh
here
my God.
today. And miracles happen. So thank you.
Tansu,
No, really.
I got to tell you, you got to aim higher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This and then the Academy Award.
So we had you on previously. It's great to have you back. We had you previously behind the paywall on our Patreon feed, the Doughboys Double, to talk about boba because, yes, you have a boba shop. Tell us about your boba shop.
My boba shop, Viva La Boba. My boyfriend and I started it in 2019, right before the pandemic. We started it because there were no boba shops in San Bernardino, which
Right.
is where we were at the time when we started dating. So we found a need in the community, opened one, and now we're opening our second location
Which
in
is
Redlands.
fantastic.
Thank you
Wow.
so much.
Also,
I can't believe it.
what a great story to come out of. We opened it right before the pandemic,
Yes,
and then
right.
you're opening a new shop. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
We-
because horrifying time to open up.
Absolutely. And it was
Yeah.
so intense. And like, as someone who had no business background, it was very much like, well, what do we do? And just figure it out as you go. But now I'm on the Doughboys. So yeah, it worked out for me.
Well, you must have a passion for boba, though.
Okay. Yes. For branding purposes, of course, I love boba.
Sure.
And I know a lot about
God, you
boba.
fool.
No, it's more one of those
We can walk it
things-
back.
Yeah, we're gonna edit that, right? I love boba. No, I really do. Obviously, love
Yeah.
boba, but it's very much one of those things. Like once you do it or have access to it all the time, you're just kind of like, I don't think I care anymore.
Yeah, I kind of like we have a similar sort of thing with the podcast, I think.
Yeah.
So you do it enough.
Hey, we get to eat Taco Bell all the time, and then, suddenly you have a heart monitor. on your
Exactly, yeah.
chest.
Yeah. So it's kind of, no, obviously, like I love boba.
Of course, yeah.
and
But
I
you're
know a lot
immersed in
about
it. It's your world. It's your job.
Correct.
So,
So,
yes.
and I don't find myself drinking it as often as I do. But when I do, I make it count and like I know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure.
Should we do a segment or anything? I'm just, I'm still legitimate.
Yeah. Oh, you'll kick my ass in any sort of boba quiz. I don't know. Outside of Fett, I am not too. I don't know too many bobas.
Yes, if it's the son of Django, you might have a shot.
Yeah, I guess I know Django
Yeah.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember. I've never seen Star Wars.
Oh,
That's right.
right.
Yeah.
But you
I'm so
knew
sorry.
that the nerdy shit we were talking about was Star Wars.
Yeah, you had that look in your eye, and I'm like, there they go.
Is Star Wars even nerdy anymore, quote unquote?
No, I
No.
don't think so. I think
No.
it's just nerd culture just became pop culture.
Yeah.
That's what we witnessed over the past 20 years. I do want to ask a little bit more about boba because one thing that's happened in the intervening years since you opened the shop, it's gone, I feel like, fully mainstream to the point where Jack in the Box has a boba drink.
Yeah, and Del Taco.
And Del
I don't know if
Taco,
you thought-
yes, yeah.
I thought it kind of like the bastardization of boba,
Of course,
if you
yeah.
will. But also, I can appreciate them helping me out in terms of letting more people know boba exists.
Sure.
Like it's hitting an audience that maybe I wouldn't usually get. And then my reasoning is they'll try it and be like, that's not great. Maybe there's better boba in the area. And boom. You know?
That's great. So, like, you're seeing like Jack from Jack in the Box coming into
Absolutely.
Okay, that's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Exactly. That's how I envisioned it. Yeah.
We came up in the comedy world with Jack.
Yeah, we did.
talked about this before.
Oh my
good friend of
God.
ours.
I'm glad it worked out for him.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's thriving. Well, okay. One more bubble question I had, and I don't want to just keep the conversation entirely front loaded on this, but I think there are still, because again, Del Taco, Jack in the Box, big chains are just starting to do this. Maybe we'll see Starbucks have a boba at a certain point. But I do think there are a lot of people in America and maybe across the world who this is still something they haven't experienced or they're aware of. But
Yes.
how do you have any advice you give to a boba noob some of whom must come into your shop?
Yeah, all the time. I will say, the bestseller classic drink I always tell someone who's never had boba is get a Thai tea. I think it's
sure.
the least intense drink. It's very creamy. It's it's like beginner friendly, I would say. And for those of you who don't know, boba itself is just these small little chewy tapioca balls. Fairly inoffensive.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with textures, I can see how you wouldn't love boba. But it's you can add that to anything. If you feel weird about getting a milk tea, just get a generic strawberry banana smoothie and add boba to it. You can ease your way into liking boba.
Right.
That's how I pitch it.
I always do a sweetened tea or a flavored tea with some strawberry bursting boba.
Yeah, popping boba.
Popping
boy.
boba. That's popping
Yeah.
boba. Sorry.
No, bursting is also okay.
Okay, all right.
God, how dare you? Jesus, this guy doesn't know anything.
They pop in your mouth, Wags. It's
Yeah.
fun as hell. And then you
Yeah.
get a little flavor burst.
There's times when I want that sensation and times when I don't, but I do appreciate it. But I usually go with I like a milk tea. I'll do
Very classic.
Yeah, or sometimes a jasmine milk tea or something like that. But I feel like I'm doing Assam milk tea a lot.
Yeah.
Boba, I'm pretty basic when it comes to boba. If they got a brown sugar or honey boba, I'll do that. But default is usually fine for me.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, do you guys have it with a meal, or are you doing it as a dessert or a
I do it
snack?
I
It's
feel
a
like I
treat
do it
for
as
me.
a snack
Okay,
treat.
sure,
Yeah.
same. Yeah. But there's some people who probably are also wearing heart monitors at this point who are drinking it with every meal. And I don't know
That's
that's how
wild,
it's
yeah.
meant to
No.
be enjoyed. It almost ruins it.
I was doing and I had to cut back because I was doing it as I got really into it and I replaced my afternoon coffee with a boba.
Oh.
And I did that for a while. And then I did that for 2 months and I was just this has got to be a once a week or twice a week thing. I
Yeah.
can't do it with that.
You're a hot
frequently.
bev man. You
I
said
do
it
love a
earlier.
hot bev, yeah.
Yeah. You're like Al Pacino.
Hot bev.
His wife, Beverly D'Angelo.
Oh, his wife is Beverly D'Angelo, yeah.
Yeah. What, you didn't get that A to C there immediately?
Check out that scene in Vacation in the shower.
She's your wife, sir.
Well, everyone should see what I got. Hoo-ha. Some guy, maybe he's in a hot wifing. I don't know.
He might be in a hot wifing.
wifing.
Yeah, he might be.
He might be.
We don't know.
Are
if
they
he
still
is.
married?
I think they are.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he's still married.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know.
No.
You might have to Snopes that out.
Snopes. I forgot about Snopes. Wow.
I'm on,
deep cut.
I check out Snopes. Anything comes out of Biden's mouth, it goes into Snopes.
That's hilarious. Smart.
You know what Al Pacino says about his wife, Beverly D'Angelo?
What's that?
She's got a great ass.
Oh my God. People who don't know that reference just are like, what?
People know the reference.
What is it from?
Heat.
Heat. Yeah.
Heat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it? She got a great big ass. Isn't it?
It might be big ass.
Yeah, great big ass.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You got what I was doing.
Yeah, we got it. What Al was doing, not you.
What Al was doing. I'm quoting Al. Maybe he doesn't know his own movies. Some people don't want to rewatch their own stuff. I get it.
I had a little crush on Beverly D'Angelo. I'll admit it. Back in the day.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys feel that way with your podcast? Do fans ever tell you, like, do you remember when you said this, that, or the other thing?
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know.
For sure.
we're
So much
so
of it
far-
exits my brain immediately.
We're so far ahead. I got lunch. I got the restaurant we're talking about yesterday with a good friend of ours, Wags.
Our buddy Edwin.
Edwin Stevens.
That's right.
Yeah. And so we went out and he brought something up and I was like, did we say that on the podcast yet? And he was like, yeah. And then he brought up something else and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
We now are recording. You like to keep kayfabe, but we're way ahead on.
We're going in the Frank band because of scheduling reasons. We're normally pretty, week of or close to release, but a lot of these are going in the Frank bank. They're being recorded.
This episode releases in
advance.
2028.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I will still look like this. 2028.
Yeah, but to answer your question, yes, like you
know what?
talk.
In 2028, there'll be a singular heart monitor where Mitch once sat.
Oh, that's sad.
It's like Tiny Tim. Unless you change your ways, Wags.
Unless I change my ways, it's up to me.
Yeah.
What do I got to do?
No, you gotta help me lose weight. There is truly nothing wrong. I don't want to scare people, but it's normal to have a heart monitor.
Yeah.
I'm about to give up cheese and diet all sodas. I'm just gonna drink water and tea.
Like this.
It's here, but this is like literally, it is like my last week.
You're on the cusp of where you're going
I
when
see.
you're going to start this new practice, which is good. I think it's good to get away from
The alcohol might be the hardest just for going out reasons, but I don't go out that often.
But when you go out, you tend to go pretty hard.
I want
That's
a
the
couple
thing.
drinks.
Really?
Who doesn't want to have a couple drinks? Yeah. I go at it. You know what I mean? And then that leads to like eating like shit. And
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm a stoner and I've gained so much weight from smoking weed, and
Yeah.
it's like very obvious that's the cause of it. But I also don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Was your practice like what? How do you
Just
intake?
funny to hear a laugh from Emma.
I know. How do you intake? Like, what is your preferred method for getting high?
Thank you for asking. What isn't? Honestly, I love. My favorite way is like a joint.
Okay.
Shared among friends.
Oh, that's fun.
Because something about smoking alone, sometimes I try to make it be like, no, this is normal and it's cool, but it can feel very lonely and kind of loser.
Yeah.
So like
Sure.
a joint among friends, but I love a bong. I don't fuck with edibles as much because I don't dose it correctly and I usually get too high
Yeah.
or I get that couch log. Neither of you are big smokers though, huh?
No, I'm not. But I've been trying to get more into it because it's like a much healthier substitute for when I use alcohol to decompress.
Can I be real with you?
Yeah.
It's not gonna take. Come on.
You think I'm not going to be into? You think I'm not going?
You're
It's not
on
going to
the
work for
other
me?
side of the rainbow at this point, my man.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
You're closer to death than you are to birth.
There are all sorts of older people who get into marijuana at advanced ages.
It's not gonna happen with you.
You
I
guys
think it
aren't
can
old
happen to
yet.
me. Why can't it happen?
I mean, maybe this is gonna help you get into it because you're gonna try to do it to spite me.
that
but
is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I know. But
That
it's
becomes
not,
an act of defying you. I'm 100% going to do it.
Trust me.
We get high tonight.
You to
I'm
be.
Tansu brought me a joint
I brought a joint.
I know.
that has a pasta filter, so it's very Doughboys adjacent.
Oh, maybe I'll start smoking too. Pasta filter.
You're gonna love that. I gave up cheese and Diet Coke. I smoke a lot of weed now. I hope that's okay.
No, I smoked a lot at one point.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You strike me as someone. Well,
Oh, you strike you as a square, eh?
No. More as someone who.
As an alcoholic?
No. Like no, as in like would like maybe the person who gets too high and you have to talk them down.
Oh, interesting.
But
Yeah,
that's
because you
not
get
a-
anxious.
Yeah. It's not an insult. It's more like, oh, if you get high, it's like it's gonna be a thing.
That
I mean,
has
that-
been me in the past. I have gotten too high, and that's partly why I'm a little skittish about it. Like,
And I
just,
get that.
I get super
That-
duper anxious.
Yeah.
That did happen to me once. I remember at Ramondi's New Hampshire house.
Yeah.
And we had like weed brownies and like it was like just biting into a nugget of weed, basically. It was horrible. And then I got like so crazy high and I was like
Like uncomfortably.
I was like
Yeah.
I was like in a corner being like, help me to Ramondi. It was like bad.
Yeah.
But I also smoked a bunch of weed and would get like I smoked for a while.
I really did not know that.
Oh yeah. For like 10 years I smoked weed from when I was like 14, 15 till I was 25, 26 around there. And then I stopped.
Yeah, I definitely smoked more when I was young. Like I was like in some in high school and then in college, I was smoking with some regularity, but always more of a booze guy, more of a big bloated booze bag. And but I like alcohol is so bad for me. And the issue I have with alcohol is when I'm not drinking, I feel so much better. I sleep so much better. You know, every part of my life is improved, but like I still feel like I have some sort of drive to have a substance to help me decompress. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that's where weed becomes like a very helpful substitute. But I just like, I've still yet to find the balance of like what it accomplishes the exact same thing. I have been messing around with, this is the thing, Casey, you told me about, but like the seltzers, which I guess is a relatively new thing.
Yeah.
It's like, and so, because the issue I have with edibles.
It's so insane. Just, I mean, we're old too, of course, but
You
like,
guys are not.
well,
I'm old as shit.
Just like what do they call what weed used to be like? Is it chafe or whatever? Like a shake.
Oh,
That's it.
where it's
Thank
just
you.
like the, like literally what shook out of the nugs. It's the cheap stuff.
Yeah, like nugs were like a thing when I went to Ithaca or like a couple times in Quincy where it's like, oh my god, that's like a nugget of weed. You know what I mean? Like it was like
Wow. Okay,
it was
that
like
is
a
different.
bag of oregano is what we
Yeah.
used to smoke.
Well, yeah. And
That's
also,
like so much what weed was.
also just how illicit it used to be. Like
Yes.
just like a kid being, I got a joint, like holy shit, you know, like it being a thing
Sure.
versus like how obviously how commonly available at least.
Yeah, my mom and dad found
is
me
in
with like a
certain
bag
states.
of weed like I had in my house when I was a teenager. They would fucking kill me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and then in Ithaca, like, oh wow, look at these like nice nuggets, and then just like now it's seltzers or whatever. But I smoked like my junior year of college. I smoked every day,
Like from a bong?
from whatever. I mean, like from bongs and from pipes and everything
Wow,
like
I
that.
really did not know that.
Yeah, every single, like truly every single, almost every single. I mean, if it was available, I would just smoke weed. But it became a thing for me where I would get foggy. We've talked about mental
Yes,
fog.
right.
So I'd be like
Yeah.
I'd be like mental foggy, and then like when I stopped and I would smoke, I would get anxious, which was like later
Sure.
on of like when I wasn't smoking, and then I'd smoke and get anxious. So it was like, it just became that thing where I was just like, neither of these are good options. So I kind of just stopped doing it.
We were getting high in college, and it was one of those things where like it was just a campus security guard just kind of walked by, and my friend who was like gotten pretty high saw this guy and just took off running. He's like had like panic, and then he was just like gone for half the night. And he comes back and we're like, hey, what happened? And he said, I saw that campus security guard. I freaked out. I took off running, and then I climbed a tree and I hid in it for 4 hours.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I thought your reaction to weed would be.
No, what the fuck?
But now I know you're more of a stoner than I thought.
I was a stoner for a while. I mean, like every single day is maybe. I mean, whenever weed was available. I guess that was probably more my sophomore year.
Yes.
My
I
buddy
don't know why I said
Dank,
yes. I don't know.
Dank and Poov, one
Yeah,
of the
your buddy
Poovs.
Dank, yeah.
Your buddy Dank
And-
smoked
and
weed, no
Oids.
way.
Oids, Poov, and Dank. Those are the people that we smoked weed.
We have our friend and past guest Stony Sharp, but like I've told people like, or I told my brother before, I was like, oh yeah, my friend like I'm working this thing with my friend Stony, and everybody's like, oh, your friend Stony, all right.
And Stoney's like a very like,
Yeah, he's
hello,
like,
how are you
no,
doing?
that's just his name.
Yeah, I have a family. I'm a nice, funny man, and he's not crazy. Yeah,
Hello,
That's
my name
hilarious.
is Dank. I am a lawyer.
Dank's doing great.
Dank's doing great, I'm sure.
We used to that's the you use the paper towel roll and you put
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
sploof.
The sploof.
The sploof.
I don't know this
All
terminology.
those tricks. You didn't do. You put the dryer sheets
No,
in
I
it
never-
and
I
you
never did
breathe
this.
through it.
I never did the sploof.
We definitely all gave ourselves cancer breathing that close to dryer
100%.
sheets.
Possibility.
Worth it.
That's cancer's gonna smell
Now
great.
they make these things called smoke buddies that you blow into, and it like just eats the smoke. Nothing comes out the other side.
And people
It's
take
really
that
cool.
to Disneyland to like smoke people. Not me. Take it to Disneyland so you can smoke in the bathroom and no one knows.
Wild.
Wow.
Hotel rooms.
What a world.
Do
Church.
and also, there's also, I mean, like, what's it called? We're old. I just feel old.
No,
talking about
describe
this
it.
stuff. Vapes. You could like,
Yeah,
you just
here's the
vape.
thing. We were talking about this in the Emma's. I think it's the Pot
Emma's
Palace.
Pot Place.
Pot Place. Yeah, yeah.
On the dose cord.
Yeah, how like vapes now they're so concentrated, and you might find that you've talked about this with the weed getting stronger in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
The vapes are like so concentrated that it's great for convenience, but it gets you too high, and then your tolerance is shot,
Yeah.
and you can smoke a ton of joints after that and not feel a thing because you took one hit from your vape. It's like kind of
Jesus.
used.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It's like
to me.
uncomfortable high. Like I
Yeah.
hit my vape during the IMAX showing of Dune 2.
Hell yeah.
Dune 2. And that was scary. I was really scared. And I'm brave.
Yeah.
So
It's okay though, because with the length of the movie, you probably evened out like
Yeah.
for an hour.
Yeah.
It's an epic. Wait, what?
Still the best movie you've ever seen, Casey?
Yeah. It's pretty great.
What
That's
did
a
Mamma
bit,
mia.
right? It's not actually.
No, he
what
loves
a
it.
feat of cinema, I'd say.
I love it. What did you think of Dune Part 2?
I liked it more than the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. But also I could go like that's not that gripping. I'm sorry.
You never
You know,
apologize.
have you seen the High
Whatever.
School Musical trilogy?
That's what I'm talking about.
If we're talking cinema.
I tried to give you a 5 and I failed.
I'm sorry.
I am like the guy who climbed the tree. I'm like the nerd who climbed the
You
tree.
just
It's a
didn't give enough
compliment.
time. You half committed to the handshake and then you backed
I didn't
off.
see you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Shake, right, is what it's called.
Shake,
Yes.
yeah.
Shake.
That was like my level of weed, and it was like, oh, you get like a little high. And
Yes.
then,
No, a vape would send you into outer space. I
yeah,
feel like.
I don't like
For
that. I don't need to
sure.
be in outer space. Come on.
And no, it's uncomfortable, especially when watching Dune. Is it Dune or Dune?
I think it's just Dune.
Thank you. Dune 2.
Dune? I guess you
Dune.
can lean on the U if you want.
Thank you.
Depends on
Dune.
what part of Iraq is you were born.
Dune 2.
Oh God.
Dude,
What did you guys think of it? Sorry. I'm curious.
I loved it. I'm closer to Casey. I think Mitch is like even more skeptical of it than you are.
Yeah,
Right?
I'd say
It was
it's
very, like,
it's
okay.
it's okay.
Yeah, at the
Emma-
end,
Emma
you're
loved
like,
it.
I had
okay.
a great time.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Okay.
I saw it twice in the theaters.
I would compare it to like my equivalent of a movie that's interesting and as long as like Avatar,
Sure,
which
yeah.
I thought was way better. Can we agree on that?
Hell yes,
love
we
Avatar.
can.
Yeah, I love Avatar. I love Avatar: Way of Water. These are great movies.
Yeah.
I think I might like the Dune, the Denis Villeneuve Duneverse a little bit more than the James Cameron Avatar verse, but I like all of it. I'm a big
Okay.
fan of all of it. It's
Okay.
great. Take
Yeah.
me to these other
Way of
verse of
Water.
worlds.
Come on. Way of
I love
Water.
Way of Water.
Yeah.
Incredible movie.
That's
Get
a-
us off this planet. That's,
Yeah, that's the general message. Yeah.
Arrakis beats Earth. You'd rather go to Arrakis?
they got the Lisa Al Gaib there, you know?
It is funny to think of like Biden riding a sandworm.
Yeah.
You would fall in 2 seconds.
Dueling 3 drugged slaves on Giddy Prime.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but I like it. I like it.
Come here. I beat Corn Pop. I can beat you. We got onto this weed run though because we're talking about in terms of like how it affects your eating. So what happens? Like you get
Oh.
high and then you just like snack a ton. Like what do you like to eat?
Yeah, oh God, I'm a fucking fat ass, guys, and I own it.
Yeah.
And I love to eat. I love to gorge. Last night I had, I recognize this is a problematic behavior and like I should talk to my therapist about maybe leaning on overeating as a crutch. But in the meantime, I'm really enjoying it. It's
You
one of
and me-
those things.
You and me both.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing.
That's like my primary care doctor was like, you need to go to a therapist and talk about food right now. Like
Yeah,
he was like
I
kind
think
of
it
like,
is. And I think it's okay. And we should talk about that more. It's like
Yeah, it's
okay to
all right.
have it's not, I think it's more common than people let on to have that kind of emotional dependence on food.
Yeah, sure.
But I have that. But let's talk about the fun parts of having that. So last night I got really high. And there's a new thing I'm doing where you get Grillo's pickles, my favorite pickles.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can have like a few sips of the juice and then you eat some hot Cheetos. And the way it like melts in your
Wow.
mouth is, I almost brought some for you guys today, but I thought you'd be like, what the fuck? So I didn't.
we would
No,
never
yeah.
say what the fuck to any
No,
sort of
I should've
eating
done that.
experiment. Yeah.
I should have done that, but it's great. So I recommend trying something like that. I love eating like weird combos like that. I love Oreos. I love s'mores Pop-Tarts. I love hunks of cheese. I will eat, you've been here where you don't even toast the bread and then you don't even butter it. You just start eating
Bread.
raw bread,
Oh,
like
yeah.
slices of bread.
Also, by the way, he's been there too.
Yeah.
I'm not, I know, I meant both
Yeah,
of you guys. Yeah.
I'm saying
No,
this
if
guy's
someone-
a fat ass. Don't
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah, no, we all are. That's why I'm happy to be here in good company.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, you guys look great.
Oh, God
Oh,
bless
Don't
you.
be
that's
So do
insulted
you.
by anything
Yeah.
I say. I think you're such a cutie, Mitch.
Dear God, come on now. You're gonna make me
I'm being
blush up on
I'm
the
being
damn thing.
100%. I'm being 100%. You're
You don't-
such a cutie.
Oh, stop doing that.
Okay, okay.
Here,
I'm done.
Mitch, I think you're such a cutie.
You're such a cutie. Seriously, both
All right,
of you.
I feel better. Even
Both
me
of
out.
you
Yeah, she
are.
can
Turn
out of
me
it.
cold.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think we're living in a skinny person's world anymore.
Sure.
I think all the
Hell
curvy
yeah.
people, it's like our time and we're shining.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm trying to be healthier. Sus and I walked here today. Why? 'Cause
That's
the
right.
truth. Yeah. To eat bb.q chicken.
That's okay.
bb.q chicken.
But it's a good,
But, yeah.
it's a proactive thing you can do. I've been going on walks every morning. I love going on walks. It's more for my brain than for
Did you
my
get
body.
10,000 in already today?
No, I didn't get in. But I did. What I did do is I went on my little 1 mile long walk around the neighborhood with my morning coffee. But I did hop on my my stationary bike at home. So I got on a little bike ride because I knew we were going to eat super duper heavy. So you try to fit in little things like that to be mindful of your health when you have to gorge like we do for content.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, go ahead.
No. But what you brought up was really interesting because I was like, you know what? I have talked to my therapist before about my relationship to food and how I do use it as an emotional crunch in the same way that I do alcohol, which we talked about already. And it's just like, yeah, it's. I think no one should be ashamed of what they eat, but I think we could be mindful of our relationship to food. That's a really good point. Yeah.
And I think, I wish someone would have told me that growing up instead of just being like, oh, she'll naturally eat healthy. Because it turns out I won't. And I'm turning 29 soon. And I feel like I'm having, I'm about to hit 30. And I feel like I'm behind all my friends who have taken the initiative to eat better or eat vegetables and fruit. And I just kind of never started doing that. So I feel like I ought to start.
Sure. I mean, I think you can. Also, here's the thing. I think it's also like I was talking about this the other day. Micah sent the Taco Bell times Cheez-It collaboration.
Yeah.
Which is there's going to be, and I'm like, there's no world. It brings me joy to go and eat that giant.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Cheez-It.
eat that.
I'm gonna fucking eat
that.
Yeah.
You think? And it's just that sort of thing of. You can enjoy that, and then, like you're saying, also eat your fruit and vegetables and get hikes in and stuff like that.
Dancing,
or go dancing.
It's a fun one.
Is that what is
dancing?
Like
shout out to my coach Carl Tart. He'll DJ at the club and text us all and invite us, and our whole team will go and we'll just dance.
Wow!
And I put it on my Apple Watch. It's like
you know who Carl's not texting for that? These guys here.
I'll invite you guys when he invites me. But it's fun, low stakes stuff. I'm not people who run. That pisses me off. I'm not a runner. I hate it.
That kind of pisses me off too. Yeah,
when I see someone running, I'm like, fucking. It's just
cut the shit, Usain Bolt.
Exactly.
You fucking bullshit.
Just walk, and it's not good for your knees. I don't know. I'm not a high impact kind of workout person.
I used to run, but I don't really do it anymore. I'll get out there on occasion, but I do have the feeling when I'm on my walk and I see someone running, I'm kind of like, think you're better than me?
This guy. Yeah, I feel
getting
that way.
exercise too. This is fun. Do fucking walk. Slow down
walk.
a little bit.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
So, all to say, I love to snack.
Yeah, I like this. This is a big thing. I'm more team meals than team snack.
Me too.
But when you talk about a snack like that,
I mean, I love snacks.
I
Don't
love
get me
snacks.
wrong.
I love snack. I'm snacking all the time. But I'm just like I feel like my day is anchored by a few larger meals.
Yes,
and
my issue isn't snacking.
Right.
It's the giant meals and eating late.
I see.
Yeah.
But technically having those meals is supposedly, from my understanding, better than just snacking throughout and not really getting any real nutrition, which is what I'm doing. At least you're forcing yourself at least 2 or 3 times a day to have.
It's funny because
meal.
some of the most in shape people I've ever seen graze all day. They just
that's the thing. I
It's
feel
not working for me.
it's what I feel
it's working great.
Yeah, the
Thank
nutrition
you.
science on these things keeps shifting so rapidly that I feel like even just a few years ago I was hearing you should be trying to eat 5 or 6 small meals a day. I was like, all right, I could try to do that. I don't think anyone knows fucking anything is the thing.
That's true. There's
Everyone's
a
just making it
subreddit,
up.
1 meal a day. Have you heard of that? OMAD? That seems like a scam.
That's
where you
one
only
meal
eat
a
1
day?
meal a day.
Yeah.
Did you see Kevin James was talking about how he fasted? And my friend back in Quincy, Dan Tufo, he's a faster. He likes to fast.
Yeah.
And Kevin James he said he fasted for 40 or 50 days. Did you see this?
That's insane.
He's like, I fasted for 40 or 50 days. He's like, it's just water, some salt in the water. And he said he lost. It seems like you would just die. You don't eat for 40 or 50 days?
Yeah, is that also just a lie?
I mean, probably.
I think that was a lie. He was
It
lying.
probably just is a lie.
Yeah.
It
But
could be
it's
just a lie.
Also, not how I want to lose weight.
No,
there have been
no.
options presented to me like that where you could lose weight quickly. And it's that's not, I would rather just drink the pickle juice.
Yeah.
And,
I get so lightheaded when I don't have food. It's just it's any sort of thing that involves fasting. I've done some intermittent fasting to some success, but anything that involves like a long stretch without food, I can't do this. This is not going to work for me. I'm not going to be able to function. You barely function as it is.
Yeah, and also like any of the big guys who do like Kevin James ate like potatoes. Remember he only ate potatoes and like only drank milk. He did like a bunch of different diets.
I didn't know about
and then
this.
like has had heart attacks. So I don't know if it's
Is
you
this
know what I mean?
Kevin? Or is this Kevin James or is this Kevin
Smith. Sorry, Kevin
yeah.
Smith. Yeah.
Well, was
yeah,
that
sorry.
the other story about Kevin James?
The other story was about Kevin
Okay.
James. Yeah, both Kevins are dieting in their own weird ways. Hulu Animehem is your animation destination to watch full seasons and new episodes of your favorite animated shows. Get ready to be bowled over, have your socks knocked off, and get thrown for a loop all in one convenient streaming location. Stream stone cold animated favorites like Family Guy, Futurama, and Bob's Burgers. Wow, we have a lot of friends who write for those shows, and they're all great. They're classics for a reason. You can also watch Solar Opposites, Hit Monkey, American Dad, and tons more. Plus, watch some of the freshest animated series around, like The Great North, featuring Paul Rust, Grimmsburg, Crapopolis, and so many more. If you're looking for your favorite animated shows, there's only one destination you need to remember: Hulu Animehem, your animation destination, now streaming on Hulu. Wags, today's restaurant
Yes.
is a heavy one.
That's right. We're talking fried chicken, and we're talking specifically about bbq chicken. Now, this is going to confuse people who haven't had this chain because it's bbq chicken.
Some could argue it is confusing in itself.
Yeah.
It's inherently confusing.
Sus was not happy.
You hear bbq chicken and you think barbecue chicken because that's what we say here. That's what BBQ stands for, but it's not. It's a Korean chain, and the BBQ stands for best of the best quality. So it's an acronym. It's not a shortening of. Boy, this is a question for Stinky, because BBQ is not an acronym for barbecue. It's a shortening of it, right? Like, so what do you call that?
I think you gotta let people know who Stinky is.
Yeah. So okay. So Stinky
This is a question for Stinky. Seems weird.
Sorry, Stinky is a linguist, a resident linguist in our Discord server, the Discord.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Stinky, you might have chopped it up with Stinky
I'm
on
sure
occasion in
that's
there.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Stinky has had some. Offered a lot of insight into language, and this is one of those things where I'm like, because barbecue, it's not like if it was an acronym, it would be like BBC or something,
Oh, I
right?
see what you're saying.
There's
yeah.
no Q in there. It's like the Q sounds like a part of the word, so I don't know what the name for that kind of shortening
This is a question for Stinky. Just sounds like something you'd say before like going to the bath, like a cutesy thing you'd say.
This is a question for Stinky.
But this is a man who was a linguist.
This is a man who is a linguist. It's his field of expertise.
and is on the Discord.
That's right.
What the hell are you doing, Stinky? What are you doing?
What are you doing, Stinky?
Stinky, don't go on the You're a
get out of
linguist.
there.
Get the fuck out of there.
We love you, Stinky.
We do love you, Stinky.
So it's not barbecue chicken, it is fried, and BBQ stands for best of the best quality. The parent company is Genesis Barbecue, which was founded in 1995 by Chairman Yoon Hong-gyun, and currently has 3,500 franchises worldwide, which makes it about the same size as Popeyes.
Wild. You blew my mind with this
And
fact.
will be in 31 states in the U.S. by the end of 2024.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
Didn't you feel when I hear BBQ chicken, I thought that it was barbecue chicken.
I think a barbecue chicken.
And I was like, I don't want it. Like it was like I like barbecue chicken, but it's also a very specific thing. And if it was like if I knew it was fried chicken, I would want it more.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I feel like it doesn't help.
BBQ chicken makes me think of Shaq because he says barbecue chicken.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm just like I have that in my head.
That works in their favor.
It does, yeah, for sure.
What
He's
does
got
he?
his
What
own
is it?
chicken
What is
chain.
it? What does he say? What was when he says when he's like watching replays of clips?
This is a question for Stinky.
Like barbecue chicken. What does he say? He says like some sort of like
I don't know what specifically you mean. He says barbecue chicken. He has a segment Shacked in a Fool for bloopers, but I don't know what you're trying to pull.
The show might come off. The show might end.
Oh boy, dark days for the NBA. Inside the NBA, best show on television might be.
Charles Barkley is the funniest man in the world.
He's the funniest man in the world. It's humbling.
I think he's the funniest person.
It's humbling because he is an NBA Hall of Famer. That could just be your life. That could be like, hey, that's my thing I accomplished.
Yeah.
I was a basketball Hall of Famer. I was an elite athlete. But he's also just like funnier than the funniest comedian. He's like the funniest man on earth.
Yeah.
And so it's
I
just
love
like
that though. We love the
it's amazing.
multi-hyphenates.
I love it. I'm a huge Charles Barkley fan. I met him once, and you know what? He was funny as shit. He was so funny.
Did he make fun of you?
No, he didn't make fun of me, but made fun of. No, he liked me.
This triggered
got along
another
famously.
question. Do you guys feel like you have to be funny when you meet your fans?
When we meet our fans,
Yeah, are you ever like, oh fuck, they expect me to be like, with the zingers?
I don't
Well, I
think
think
feel
that-
that pressure necessarily.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we set a good precedent with the podcast not being funny.
Yeah.
So I feel like when we meet them, I don't think that they feel like we have to be
Smart.
funny at all.
Yeah.
Well played.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do like a shut the fuck up, Weiger. Like when
That'll
we're,
be fun. Yeah, hit 'em with one of those.
Yeah.
And you'll
Play the
like
hits a
hold
little
for a
bit.
reaction.
Yeah.
And they're eating it up.
It's usually in the back alley of a theater after like an hour after the show, and
Yeah.
some people have still stuck around, and we talk to them for a few minutes, and everyone leaves disappointed. Basically, is how it goes down, right?
Yeah,
No,
for the
I went
most
to your
part.
guys' live show and I had a lot of fun in downtown LA. I forget the
That's
name.
right.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Our Halloween, the Halloween show.
Yes, you were the Wendy. Someone was Wendy.
We were
the
the
Wendy's
Wendy's
girls,
We were
yeah.
the Wendy's girls, which doesn't exist. We were both Wendy.
We were both Wendy.
Yeah.
And so we ended up being like Wendy's twins.
Mhm.
That was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
That was super fun. But
It was a
no,
blast.
all to say the reaction was very positive.
Oh, that's kind
And
of
everyone was
so.
happy to be there.
Yeah.
And like I took like group photos of people outside.
There was a lot
There
of
was
there
a
was a big
hearse.
dose cord. There was a hearse that was
Death,
there.
yeah.
You still wear the Wendy's costume, right?
Well, I sleep in it. We have a great, we love our fans. We have a nice fan community. We
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
sometimes get annoyed by some of the,
Dipshits.
some of the dipshits, some of the real idiots.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I think we have a lovely fan community, and it's great over there on the Discord. So I had never had barbecue chicken before we covered this. I did get it twice in advance of this episode. So I dined in at the Sawtell location, which just has a few tables like a KFC interior. And so what people should know about this if you're going as a solo diner is, and you want bone-in chicken, there isn't the equivalent of like a 2 or 3 piece combo. It's a whole chicken or half chicken. Like that's the smallest portion you can get it in.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You were on Sawtell. Did you see Jigsaw?
I went in there and they told me Jigsaw had just left.
Wow.
I was like, oh, that's a bummer.
yeah.
They were like, it's like, yeah, took his little trike and he just rode out
Did
of
he
here.
go through, he rode in on his
He
truck.
rode in on his little trike and then he had like an Uber Eats order he picked up.
Oh, he's delivering Uber
He's
Eats?
delivering for Uber Eats.
Oh my god.
On the trike though.
Inefficient.
Yeah. But it's a nice treat for somebody. They're just like, my driver.
Well, does he
is
pull any
Jigsaw.
shit when is it like does he pull any do you have to guess something right to get your meal or
That's the
something?
thing. He's like, this is just my side hustle. Like I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
doing this so I can do that other stuff.
Yeah, he's like, please don't ask me if I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it's
any
like,
I'm just
puzzles.
trying to
take
deliver
your
the food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he'll drop off a meal and someone will be like, I would like to play a game if you're down. He's like, I'm
I'm
not
off the
doing that. I'm
clock.
not doing that right
Yeah,
now. This is
yeah.
a different thing.
Is
Yeah,
his
respect.
voice different? He doesn't do the voice.
He'll do the voice.
Oh, it is his voice.
it is. It's just his voice.
Okay,
the
it is-
tip.
it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a.
I got something to say. Jigsaw is fun.
We like Jigsaw.
Jigsaw is a
Jigsaw's
fun character. I'm happy he's in the world.
I'm
He's a fun
glad
guy.
Jigsaw
Yeah.
exists.
Sweet guy.
So I got a half chicken and it took about 20 minutes for them to fry it to order. So just know what you're like. This is a place you order in advance. I think it's not usually for dining in. It's usually for to go. But that was my one experience I had, which I'll talk about what I thought about that. But Mitch, you also got this in advance of what we had today.
I went with Edwin.
That's where you went with Edwin.
That's where I went with Edwin.
Wow.
Win.
And Edwin also helped me out with an audition, high profile audition. Let me tell you, woo,
Wow.
this audition, ooh boy, good one. Oh, can't tell you what it is. But we
It's for the new Kevin Smith movie starring Kevin James.
What am I auditioning for? To be the body double? What the fuck am I gonna do? They're not gonna put another big guy in the movie.
This guy looks like a Kevin.
We went to the Glendale BBQ Chicken.
Okay.
Edwin, a great guy who we met years ago when we went to
Met him in Boston.
Yeah. Where the hell did we go? The Union Oyster House. Yeah. We went to Union Oyster House together. Great guy.
Yeah.
So we had a nice little afternoon together. BBQ chicken and auditioning, which he helped me with. It was very kind. I had just heard about it from I'm getting a phone call. It's my sister.
Did you text that girl?
Dear Lord. I was in Quincy this last week, crazy enough. Ramani and LD were like, we got to get BBQ chicken.
Love that.
They were like, we got to
Out
order it. When I was in Quincy. There's one in Quincy, and the Saturday night, which is like the first full day I was back, I was over at Romani's house. We were all hanging out, watched the Bruins,
Fun.
who are probably eliminated at this point. They're close to eliminated right now, anyways. But they were like, oh, it's closed, and they're like, it's the best chicken. I think Shieldsy is the one who turned them on to it. But
Wow.
so I didn't have it then, and then I was like, oh, we're reviewing. I didn't realize it was the same place that we're reviewing this next week. I went with Edwin yesterday, Wags. Blown away.
Wow.
I loved it. And today, I don't know if this was your first experience with it today.
No.
Today, okay, good. Because today we got it delivered, and there was a bit of, like a bit of delivery chill on it.
Sure.
But man, I'm happy I went yesterday.
Yes, I'm glad I got.
Good.
I got the experience of when I got it at the Sawtell location. It was like piping hot. It was like almost like first bite almost burned my mouth, like that level of like just like fresh out of the fryer. And I'm glad I got that experience because I really, I just got the golden original, but which is their default flavor. They have a lot of ones that who have different dry rubs and sauces. But I just thought it was really, really well fried. And the part of the fun of Korean fried chicken is the pickled radish you get.
Oh my God. Don't get me started.
What an accompaniment.
It's just delicious. It frustrates me that I understandably a lot of people are loath to try certain foods because of the smell.
Sure.
And I think pickled radish might fall in that category.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, that's too weird. Or, people who smell their food before they eat it. This is a pet peeve of mine, No,
Smelling your food before you eat
know
it?
people who are like, oh, I've never tried this before, and they do like a big long sniff. And I'm like, don't sniff it, just fucking eat it.
Yeah.
This is one of those things, if you smell it first, you're going to be like a little turned off. But if you just eat it, oh my God, it's so delicious. But it stinks up your fridge. I keep pickled radish from H Mart in my fridge, and it reeks.
Amelia said something horrific, which I don't even want to repeat it. She said, this food has a smell to it, and I will tell you after you're done eating.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she said it reminded her of her niece's baby diaper pail.
Yeah, specifically the
Which-
pickled radish.
And I
Like, just
said,
taking a
that's what I
whiff of
said
it.
to her. I was like, is it the pickled radish? Look, I don't think I'm a sniffer. Are you a sniffer?
Might be a sniffer.
It's, I've noticed it.
With food, we're saying.
Yeah.
Does it ever,
Look, I'm voting for Biden, all right?
does it make
The
you
king
feel
of the
better
sniffers.
about whatever you're about to eat, smelling it? Or is it habit?
I think what it is if it's something I'm not familiar with, I just want to have a sense of it, but I'm not like because I'm approaching it skeptically. Like I'm always approaching new foods with an open mind. So I just what is this thing? I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it before I bite it, But
Okay,
maybe it's a
that's
bad
fair.
habit. Yeah.
No, I think that's fair. But the pickled radish is delicious.
I love
Pickled
it.
radish
It's
is
such
great, and it
great
does have a
accompaniment
bad
with fried chicken,
smell
yeah.
to it. I think that with the heat, it's the perfect way to cool things down. It's really great. I've nearly tried every flavor now, but yesterday when I went with Edwin, we got ourselves kimchi fried rice, and then for the wings, I did Gangnam style, and then we got the 4-alarm spicy today, but what's the one step below that spicy?
So, wait, I just closed the menu accidentally. It's the one we got today was their super hot wings. Give me 1 second to get this
There
open
are
there.
for sure different flavors at different locations. I want to say that because a
think
few
you're
of those were not at my local one.
So this is
I
a
think you're
thing we
right.
ran into, and so because the parent company is its own thing, Genesis Barbecue, and it's hard to get like a lot of like specific insight in how this company operates. But my general understanding is this is a pretty big franchising company, and some individual franchises, especially in different territories, starts in South Korea, have a little bit of leeway in terms of what they offer. Because yes, there's a lot of flavors that are on their menu, but like for instance, I was at the Sawtell location. Some of those weren't available or were only available in certain combinations.
Yep. Which I don't like that, by the way.
Yeah,
I like having control. I'm a control freak, and I like being able to have what I want, no matter where I go.
Sure.
Well, and
Yeah.
a big part of what you want from a chain restaurant is predictability and consistency. And so when things scale up and it starts to be all over the place, it feels it makes you feel a little crazy. So the super hot wings we got today were the wings of fire. But as
Yes.
far as like a less hot,
I
version of that,
know what I got. I got the hot spicy.
hot spicy, yes.
So the hot spicy are the ones we got boneless, and that was my favorite flavor.
Yeah.
For we got the honey garlic bone in, and we also got the Gangnam style bone-in, which the woman at the front counter said that was like a fan favorite was Gangnam style, which I thought was okay. Black pepper sauce and garlic and onions. It was good. We got cheeseling fries, which I thought were strange.
I thought they were weird and not what I thought they would be at all. And I guess that's on me of not reading the menu description, but I thought it would just be fries with the cheese powder.
Yes, and there was a sauce on top of it. We didn't have sauce on ours, Edwin and I.
Yeah.
But they were, we talked about this. It's like the sweet, savory mix that there's in some Korean food, and it doesn't work for me that well. And when we got Korean pizza, it was the same sort of issue.
Well, I like sweet and savory together, but as far as like I think it's specifically here, it's the combination of, because there's cheese powder on the fries, right? And you seem to know a little bit more about cheeseling powder.
Yeah, I'm really into this whole cheeseling thing. Cheeseling.
Yes.
The Duke of Cheeseling. I don't know what the name means. I'll start there.
Friend with Emerson. It
yes,
seems like
Emerson and the Duke of Cheeseling. It's a sweet cheese powder.
Right.
Is how I understand it to be. But it really only works when your chicken is fresh. I don't see this being something you can order when you're getting it to go.
So I disliked it on the fries.
Yeah.
I did not like it at all. And then we got it on the chicken today, and it worked a million times better. Wise, I think that's what we were getting at.
And going back to the fries, the ones that we got, the cheeseling fries we got today, and the cheeseling fries I got on Friday, they have like the cheeseling powder, but then they also are like kind of Peter North with like a sweet chili sauce.
Jesus.
And so that's where you get the combination of, it's just like I've got this cheese flavor, but then I've also got like kind of a syrupy sweetness. And again, just for my palate, it's not a flavor combo I'm familiar with. So that wasn't really working for me, even though I think the fries were well fried. But the actual fried chicken. So I just got the golden original again, like I mentioned, when I got it at Sawtelle. When I had that fresh, I was like, this is fucking 5-fork fried chicken.
Absolutely.
This is so fucking good. The golden original, I feel like I would even like it to be a little bit more seasoned, but considering it's like kind of like their baseline one, and then a lot of them come with powders and sauces, I'm like, you know what? As a default fried chicken, this is excellent fried chicken. I really, really enjoyed it. And I got some hot sauce for dipping, and you know what? That worked out pretty great for me. So just from that side, if it was just going off of that experience, I was like, this is a fucking great chain. They are absolutely nailing what they're trying to do. But you've had this chain before. You've had BBQ chicken before.
Yes.
What is your past experience here?
Great question. I live out in the boonies in the Inland Empire, about an hour and a half from here. And barbecue chicken, how I first was introduced to it was through H Mart. It's a staple at a lot of those larger H Marts, which is a Korean grocery store for anyone who doesn't know. But of course, we do a pilgrimage out to LA to go to the closest H Mart, and then you stop at barbecue chicken, you put in your order, and then you go shop and you come back and it's ready. But as a result of doing that, you always eat it there.
Right.
Not to go. So I've only ever had it up until today, fresh, right then and there, no waiting period of any sort. And so I think I skew positive with every experience I've had with barbecue chicken. It's always fresh. It's already there.
Yeah.
And like, there's something about being in an environment surrounded by Korean food, eating Korean food, that makes it more enjoyable.
Sure.
It feels, when they finally opened in Redlands, which is the point of me saying I'm out in the boonies, it felt like a huge get. Oh my God. It's like, here, I don't have to go all the way to H Mart. And then eating it there, it's delicious and so good, even fresh, but it still wasn't quite hitting like it would if I was eating it at H Mart.
Well, and then they have a location in Redlands and in Quincy. It's like
amazing.
that sort of speaks to like how much they're trying to expand this concept. Because, you know, Sawtelle is a neighborhood, basically one stretch of road in LA that's like a traditionally Japanese American immigrant community that's got a lot of like Asian restaurants. That's where one of these chains would be clustered.
Absolutely.
And Jigsaw.
Yeah, and Jigsaw
Correct,
hangs around there delivering for Uber Eats. But like the
do we know Jigsaw's race? I've never seen Saw.
That's a great question.
I think we do. I think he's Caucasian.
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
You're talking about there's Jigsaw, the man who rides a tricycle, and then the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't know like Jigsaw. We don't know too much story about like the doll. Jigsaw.
Oh, you mean the puppet? What his ethnicity is?
Yeah. The guy who you saw tricycling around.
Yeah, that's who I saw. I don't know if I feel comfortable trying to diagnose his ethnicity
Sure.
Yeah.
because he's a doll,
Yeah.
But I would say that we do know that he lives there.
Yeah,
we do know that he's from Sawtell.
Okay, so he might be Japanese.
Yeah, it's possible. Anyway, but like that's
Can we pitch something to you?
Mhm.
We were gonna do Sawtell month and do all the restaurants on Sawtell and watch like 4 Saw movies. What
That's
do you
a
think?
great idea.
Yeah.
And then we were gonna maybe have like Jigsaw. I don't know.
And then
Mookie
do
would play
puzzles.
Yeah. Oh, that's good
would
as
be
hell.
Another
fun.
layer unlocked. Yeah.
That's good as
this
hell.
is a great idea. Or you
Yeah.
could just end the show.
we should. You know what?
I'm just kidding.
I love
You know
that.
what?
I love the show. I love
I like your second pitch. I mean,
But anyway, like
when
this,
you're saying things like "I had cheeseling fries today and cheeseling fries on Friday," we should end the show.
did not get to get cheeseling fries.
You
twice.
shouldn't have cheeseling fries
No, shouldn't have
twice in a
cheeseling
week.
Fries twice in
I don't think that's ever been
72
uttered.
hours.
I don't think anyone's ever said I had cheeseling fries
Not
today
cheeseling
and on
fries.
Friday.
Yeah.
And there's something so unserious about
Cheeseling.
fries. It's like, stop. Don't say that.
I don't like the cheeseling coating. I think it works way better on the chicken, but I just don't like it.
You don't like it even with the chicken, even though it works better.
I think it works better,
But you don't. That's okay.
yeah.
I get it. It is weird.
Cedar Sinai is calling. My heart monitor's probably going crazy. And you know what? It makes sense. We're talking about Jigsaw over again. He puts the fear into me. You know what I mean? I'm saying I'm scared right now when you talk about Jigsaw.
That's the kind of thing he would do. He would hack your heart monitor.
Oh my God.
And there'd be some sort of thing where like you have to like stop your own heart in order to unlock the handcuffs,
Jigsaw.
Wow, that's really good.
Don't even think about it.
Don't do it, Jigsaw.
Jigsaw, don't even think
we
about
already thought it. We already figured out what your puzzle is, so now you can't do that one.
You can't do that one. All right? All right, good. We're I think we're cool.
He just falls over dead.
I would push my little button. Cedar Sinai was calling.
Do you need to take it?
No, that's fine.
Just put your phone on Do Not Disturb and maybe just check in on all your calls after the record.
I think it's a fun update for people who listen to the podcast.
I think people are maybe worried about
This is life. Things happen in life. They hear about it.
I know. Update that you got a call from your doctor a month and a half ago when this comes
That's
out.
true. Well, maybe it will be an explanation for what happens. That point. Look at that Wally and Irma picture.
Very cute.
Oh, little
Come
Very
on.
cute as your phone background. All right,
Anyway.
let's get into the chicken. So we got the golden original. This was a big order we got today, and then we ate before this record. We got the golden original and the secret sauce. These were both bone-in. The secret sauce is a sweet and tangy taste on our golden original. We also got the
Edwin and I
the
wanted to
galbi.
try these, and I vetoed him, and we got the hot spicy, which actually was the move.
Yes.
It was a great flavor.
But I do think the secret sauce is good and has a little bit of heat. We got the galbi, which is we got as wings, right? Or did we get that as whole chicken? I thought we got that as wings.
We got those as wings.
We got those as
the galbi
wings.
were wings, and Sus made a joke because he's like, this sounds like it's from Harry Potter. He was thinking Dobby.
I was thinking of Dobby the house elf.
Yeah, he really fucked up.
Galbi is a free elf. This doesn't.
So that one is it's sweet, savory, and smoky with green onions and a sesame seed garnish is the description. We also got the cheeseling, which is dusted in a rich medley of sweet cheeses. We got the wings of fire, which I mentioned. Korea's hottest wings. Order if you dare. 4 flame symbols. And I think we're missing one. What one did I not say? Oh, we got the honey garlic, and we got that as boneless. So you can get basically any sauce, at least in theory, as whole chicken, wings, or boneless.
I never thought that the honey garlic would be divisive because that is like they say that's their like
It's their most popular flavor, at least in the U.S.
and I think it is good.
I liked it a lot.
didn't like it.
I didn't like it, and I really wanted to like it. It's the kind of thing I would order at any other restaurant. Like, oh, of course, sign me up, honey garlic wings. But in execution, it just wasn't there for me.
Yeah, interesting.
The one I
liked
got,
it.
I will say it wasn't overly sweet, which I liked. And some of these sauces were maybe a little sweet for me. But I got a lot of garlic, at least with my tendi. And I think that might have been part of it, of just like it really just cut the sweetness.
Okay, interesting. No, I didn't feel garlic heavy to me. It just, at that point, it didn't feel like it had any flavor, really.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been some individual variants. The secret sauce I liked, this one was... Yes, like I was just saying, this one was maybe a little bit on the sweeter side, but still had a little bit of just a touch of heat to it. There was some actual heat with the which I was anticipating with the wings of fire. That one's only available as wings. Now, I'm a bit of a heat seeker. I love a spicy wing. I took down this bad boy, and you were eating it, and I was still like, it's set up like a dare food. It's set up like Howlin' Ray's, like Howlin'. Like this is something that's going to be so hot. I had like 3
pieces of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is going to like destroy your hole or whatever. I thought this was like a very spicy wing, but like not like at that level of punishment.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was great.
I liked it a lot. I really liked it.
I love Howlin' Ray's, but like I feel like once you get above medium, I don't even want to eat it. It's so spicy and and also like makes me feel like I'm going to die afterwards. But this is like a nice, hot, spicy flavor that is not hopefully going to make me feel sick. You know, like I think it's a huge, and we're talking about like the difference between like Eastern and Western spice, you know what I mean? And I think it's just it's spicy. You thought it was pretty hot.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm ashamed as an Indian person that I couldn't handle this heat, but I couldn't. But I will say, I agree with what you said. There comes to be a certain point when it becomes just heat and no flavor.
Yes.
And to this wing's defense, the flavor was there 100%.
Yeah,
it was too hot for me, but I could very much taste the flavor. It was flavorful. I was enjoying it. But I couldn't take more than a few bites. That's just because I can't handle a lot of heat.
Yeah, that's totally reasonable. I would say
it's spicy.
It was legitimately spicy.
And you know what? Sus said it knocked it up half a fork for him. His rating on the. He was also going to get lunch. He was very proud that he was just gonna. He was like, I'm only gonna have a few wings, and then I'm going to Sweet Green. I'm like, who gives a shit? That's not that cool of an accomplishment. You're going to eat like a few pieces of fried chicken and then go get a salad.
You're bragging about having 2 meals, basically, back to back. Only a little bit of fried chicken. He had a lot, too.
Yeah, he had quite a bit of fried chicken.
As much as us, probably?
Yeah.
So he just ate more food than us.
He just ate more food.
He's being all smug about it.
He had a big salad, which is probably 1,000-calorie salad. I wonder what salad he got.
Can I get the fried chicken salad?
Extra cheeseling.
So you're getting a cheeseling bowl. I really, really overall like this chicken. I thought like the sauces that were really hitting. I thought everything was really well fried, especially for something that by the time we started eating it, I'm just assuming with delivery and transit and idle time, it was 20 to 30 minutes before we actually ate this thing.
Yeah.
But I thought it held up really, really well. And I think this is a concept that largely does do takeout and delivery.
I kind of like the mozzarella sticks too. We didn't get into.
We didn't talk about the mozzarella sticks. I was just talking about chicken, but
they were fine.
I'm surprised you even thought they were fine.
I thought they were pretty. They were fine. I've had worse mozzarella sticks. I mean, it just seems like a thing that probably shouldn't be on the menu.
I don't know why they have that.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Or at least make it a cheeseling mozzarella stick.
That would be honestly,
fun. Right?
That is kind of the way to do it.
I'm onto something.
Someone who you own a restaurant owner, you're smart, you get it. We're idiots.
No, it is a good idea though. If you're going to offer something like that that's seemingly random, then at least add your twist. But with this, they were like, no, let's just do mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. Well, by the way, my honey garlic was really hitting on my honey garlic when I ate it in store yesterday. They must have had Buffy must have been slinging back there.
That's probably what it was. They probably had Simon Belmont in the kitchen.
Yeah, Simon Belmont, Buffy back there slinging.
They're probably working together.
That has to be the explanation
what
for
happened.
Jigsaw comes for pickup.
Jigsaw did come to bed, and then handed the pickup was Van Helsing. It was like, hey, I'm working today, so here you go.
But mine were garlicky today. I felt like they were not as garlicky.
And I think there is too much room for it to vary because I also didn't have a very garlicky bite, but you said you had a ton of garlic.
I did. I thought mine was pretty garlicky. Maybe I just got a bunch of individual garlic pieces on it or something. I don't know. But I overall though, I'm so positive on this chicken. I just thought it was all really hitting.
I gotta say this. I gave a 6 forks to Bonchon.
Yeah.
A Bonchon just came to Quincy.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. Bonchon.
Red one's next.
So I mean, I was very excited about it. The sad news is it's like basically in Stop and Shop. It's like right next to, which is a grocery store.
Okay.
And so it's like right next to Stop and Shop, and everyone says it's not good. It's like a bad Bonchon. And everyone's loving this bb.q chicken place. I gave Bonchon 6 forks. I mean, should I just go into my?
Well, no. We should talk a little bit about the sides because I've only talked about chicken. We should talk about the Oh boy, I looked up how to pronounce this ahead of time and I've already forgotten. Doughboys, I think it's something like that.
Tteokbokki.
Doughboys. This is a classic Korean street food made from rice cakes and fish cakes in a sweet and spicy chili reduction. And so it kind of has like a little bit of kind of a chewy pasta-like texture to it. Very,
If you
very
like
much
rice
looks like a
cakes, there's
sauce.
rice cakes and fish cakes in
Yeah.
it. Emma, you were having problems with the texture.
I usually love those little rice cakes, but it was not working for me today. It was like too gummy, and maybe it just like wasn't for me today. But I usually like love those little rice noodle things.
Yes.
I feel like
but-
also if we had this in the restaurant, it maybe would have
Yeah.
hit a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it also felt kind of random, right? Like, what is it?
It's like very much it's a Korean dish, so I feel like it's like the kimchi fried rice, this,
Yeah.
and there's just like a couple dishes that they throw on there to go with the wings.
Sure, but
it
it's
does
like
feel
not
a little
their
bit.
focus.
Yes, you're 100%
They even say
right.
that on the menu. Actually, they're like, "These are just some Korean dishes
Yes.
because we're Korean."
Here's
I
the
think that's
menu.
what they say.
The menu copy is fundamentally that. It says, "You can't call yourself a Korean restaurant without mastering the classics, and our K-food options, from hearty helpings of kimchi fried rice to spicy bowls of tteokbokki, always deliver on quality and authenticity." So yeah, it almost feels like that this is pure out of obligation to prove our bona fides or something, but
Yeah.
it's primarily a chicken restaurant.
So I vetoed
odd.
Edwin's sweet and spicy wings, and I did the spicy hot instead, which was a hit. But I also ordered the kimchi fried rice.
Poor Edwin, you're vetoing his order.
Yeah,
No, Edwin.
He's going out to
You
see
can't
his
have
friend.
helping me do an audition.
that.
Poor Edwin. I was in control there, and I ordered the kimchi fried rice, and Edwin made a point, and I think he was right. There was red pepper in there, and he's like, the red pepper is like ungapachka, basically.
Wow.
Mm.
He didn't say your stupid phrase, so don't worry. There was no.
All right.
You don't have to sue Edwin
No
now.
need Lev to send a cease and desist order.
I
Edwin calls me from jail.
They do a lot of sides is the thing. And I wonder, like, obviously the pickled radish you gotta have.
absolutely.
But
Talk
I
about a cool down.
but I wonder,
It cools you down.
I just wonder if like some of the things you need it. It is a cool down, but just to finish my point, I think I wonder if a thing like a kimchi fried rice, just not knowing a ton about Korean fried chicken, is the expectation like with an American fried chicken place is like, well, you gotta have coleslaw, you gotta have mac and cheese, you know what I
Sure.
mean?
They
Is
also
there-
do have coleslaw here.
yeah, but is there a sense of that part of why it's on the menu? I don't know.
Edwin ordered some ranch, which was interesting because I don't think any
Oh yeah, you gave me some ranch today.
Yeah. I don't think none of these wings need ranch.
No.
There is a weird confusion with this restaurant where, like you're saying, there's some dishes that you maybe don't need to be on the menu.
So many
But the
options.
star of the show is so good.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest is unga. But hey, back to that the cool down factor of those radishes.
Well, it's kind of genius.
It's
honestly.
genius.
It's
It
genius.
is. It's great. You're eating the hot wings and you get a couple pieces of
Yeah.
radish in there. You're
And
leveled
it's
off.
tangy too. It's
Yeah.
like
It's
cool.
fucking
It
great.
takes you there.
Gotta
Yeah.
have the cool down.
It's awesome. You could have also added cheese to the kimchi fried rice, which I have never really seen done before. Maybe I don't.
Talk about ungapachka. I
It-
mean,
it
just
is.
cool it. You know, with the why have the and then I thought the same with them throwing on the sauce on the cheeseling fries. Cool it. Like, why do we need all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't.
I agree.
But
But I didn't think they were well fried. I just like kind of wonder if like we should have just gotten fries or sweet potato
Like
fries.
yeah,
normal
we should
fries,
try. We should have
yeah.
tried a baseline.
Yeah.
The fried egg on that kimchi fried rice was nice, and
Okay.
yeah. I have high thoughts all around. I some of that other stuff you don't need it, I guess.
Yeah.
But come on, the
No,
wings
it's
were
a
fantastic.
Especially if you're comparing to like a lot of other chicken places. If I have the option, I'm not gonna pull up to Popeyes or KFC if I have a barbecue chicken.
Wow. The
Edwin-
two chains we've reviewed in recent memory.
Edwin was saying that he lives in Arizona, and he goes to a Suns game, and there's a Shaq's Big Chicken, and they're giving out free samples at the arena.
Wow.
It's just to talk about a chain that didn't work for us at all.
Yeah. Phoenix
Shaq's-
Suns great. Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, I didn't
one of the
know
many
that
teams he played
existed.
for.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're giving out samples at the Suns game, which is it's bad news.
This is Shaq's Big Chicken. God bless Shaq, but this is the complete opposite end of the spectrum of that's like a cheap cash in.
Mhm.
That's like a poorly executed version of it. This is like a place that has the chicken is the reason that you go to this place. It's not
Yeah.
because they have some partnership with some celebrity. we should get to our final thoughts on BBQ chicken. So, Tansu, you know the show, you know this works, but we'll each go around, give a closing argument, if you will, and then end that by giving it a score from 0 to 5 forks. You are our guest. We'll begin with you. Your thoughts, your fork score, BBQ chicken.
Thank you so much. I actually don't eat chicken.
What the hell? What a reveal.
This is a reveal. I really don't. I have like an intolerance to birds, like turkey, chicken, duck.
Wow.
But I'm fine for now. But
It's great Doughboys scheduling once again.
No, I chose this restaurant.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I chose this restaurant and on purpose because I think it makes me a more legitimate reviewer. That when I eat chicken, it's on purpose and I mean business, and I can't afford for it to not be good because it's a rarity. And every time, go ahead.
You know who's sensitive to birds? My cat Irma. She doesn't it's the truth. She doesn't chicken upsets her.
Eating it.
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Oh, you thought it was
yeah, like
you thought I was saying like they like get they do. Don't get me wrong. They love seeing birds. They go crazy over birds.
But she
they start
also can't eat it.
talking. You know when cat like anyone have you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Like when cats see birds, like they kind of talk.
Oh,
it's
so
very
she
cute.
is intolerant towards birds.
Yeah, she's yes, basically, yeah. I think saying some evil cat stuff towards the birds, but she can't eat. But I have with amongst like human friends.
Yeah.
I have a lot of animal friends, but amongst human friends, I have not heard of a lot of people that are are
it's
allergic
like a poultry allergy.
That's wild.
Yeah,
That
and
is
it's so
crazy.
weird, but.
And it's
honestly,
also probably very annoying.
Yeah, but I eat so much beef and bacon, it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't mind missing out on the
Amen to
chicken.
that.
Yeah,
Nice.
mine is the whole weight loss thing, and they're like, eat baked chicken. It's not going to help me.
Yeah.
You know?
You use seafood at all?
I love seafood. I want my next tattoo to be a little fish.
What
What
kind of
type of
fish?
fish?
Matching tattoos, guys? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so funny for us to just have fish tattoos.
It would be cute.
What type of fish are you thinking?
So where I'm from in India, it's called Kerala. It's kind of like the Hawaii of India, and they have this one fish that they deep fry, and you eat it deep fried, and you can like see the eyeball. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
The
sure.
big,
Yeah.
And I would get that fish.
That's cool. I
Wow.
like that.
Because that's my favorite thing to eat. But all to say, when I eat
you think
chicken,
us two OCD guys could have something on their skin right here? I would try to wash it off.
We
I'd
can
be,
make
I'd
it
be
a
licking my
tramp stamp.
forearm during records.
just a little taste. Yeah.
Yeah, kid is a tramp stamp. I like that.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cute?
Yeah.
And then at the end of your shows, you can all just like kind of like put down your jeans and go like, ooh, or something. You know, it's cute. Talk to me about
Think
it.
of it like a bullseye.
Dear
God.
God.
What?
Don't want to say that to Doughboys listeners. That's how it ends for us someday, hopefully.
Yeah, we're gonna. We'll be Hinckleyed. We're gonna be Hinckleyed.
We're definitely gonna get Hinkley.
Yeah.
Which is, you know,
It's like, hey, they're better. They're worse
there's
ways
worse
to
ways
go.
to die.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys don't get assassinated, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah. I appreciate
One of
that.
the
Yeah.
nicer things a guest have ever said to us.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope to see you again after this. Where was I?
Sorry, we went on a tangent. You were talking about you don't eat much chicken.
Thank you. But so when I do, I fucking mean business.
Yeah.
And when I mean business, I end up at barbecue chicken. You cannot get
Wow.
past. I don't recommend getting it to go. I get that that is the norm. Maybe that's LA culture. But in Redlands, we got nothing but time. And we order it and we sit our asses down. We eat it fresh at the restaurant. You can't beat it. That chicken is crispy. It's
Yeah.
flavorful. Sure, if you're getting a variety of sauces and sharing amongst friends, which I recommend you do, some of the flavor profiles are going to get a bit repetitive. And
Sure.
it leans a little too familiar in the sweet, salty situation. But even then, I would pick it every time over any other
Wow.
chicken restaurant. I am worried that the Dave's Hot Chicken effect might happen and they'll expand too quickly and lose their quality.
Yeah.
So this might be the final days of this restaurant. So enjoy it while you can. We never know what's going to happen. We can never take it for granted.
The fact that it's made to order is still, I feel like, a great sign.
Sure.
And what a stamp of approval to be like, I'm allergic to chicken and I love
And I
this
love this
place.
shit.
I
Yes.
mean, it's
For
what,
sure.
Does it like just when you eat it, does it upset your stomach?
Yeah,
or is
I
it
just
like,
have like I
Yeah.
just feel kind of ill, and then
Yeah,
you
Jesus.
just puke it out a little bit and you move on with your life. You know, not
Wow.
that big of a deal. In fact, can I use the bathroom? I'm just kidding. I feel great. I smoked a lot of weed.
I've never heard of like a bird allergy or bird aversion.
It might not be real, but it's like it only happens when I eat.
No, yeah, it's your
That
body. I
stuff,
mean,
you know?
you know
I
how things affect you.
I mean, the vet said that it's very common for cats.
Yeah,
to
I saw a
have
vet
it, so-
too. That's what told me. That's who told me.
Wait,
Is
so-
it common though for cats?
She said that it's not unusual. She's
Okay.
like, I mean, she said like it can happen. It's not a weird.
It's really
thing,
common
I
in
guess.
pit bulls.
Oh, really?
A lot of
Really?
pit bulls are allergic to chicken and they can't have it.
Poor little pit
Poor
Wow.
babies. Yeah.
Of chicken.
Jemmy loves chicken.
Poor
She
Mr.
woke up-
Worldwide.
I know.
She said chicken.
Chicken?
This is more Wags and I made a pit bull the singer joke and quietly to each other, and no one paid attention to
I liked it.
Mr. Worldwide. I love
Mr.
it.
Worldwide.
Mr. 305. Have you seen those bachelorette parties where they all wear like the bald caps and they go to a Pitbull concert like dressed as Pitbull?
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
God.
It's very cool. I'm trying to do that. Or like a Shrek bachelorette and they all
A
dress.
Shrek Bachelorette.
Yeah, and you all dress up as ogres. It's
I think I got a new fucking line of work.
yeah.
Where do you where do you land with your fork score? Where does this ultimately take you?
Wow.
I know I've listened to literally every episode of the show.
Yeah.
How many forks are we doing this out of?
Out of five.
Five.
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
hell?
Literally every episode. Out of 5, this is a solid 4 forks.
4 forks.
Two-
Wow.
Maybe
Wow.
two times.
4 forks 2 times.
Yeah.
Good
Wow.
score.
Look,
By the way, our buddy Father Tyne, Matt Selman,
That's right.
who's the gave us the idea of tines for the rating scale. Is a big
That's
chicken
right.
guy. I wonder if he's had BBQ chicken. Let us know, Selman.
He's gonna have it down for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he still listens or what the
I
deal
don't
is.
think he listens.
Wags, I had a great time with my friend Edwin. At right near the Americana.
What about your friends Weiger and Tansu?
I had a great time with you guys too.
Whatever.
Yeah. That
Sorry,
was,
we're not Edwin.
Yeah.
Edwin's great.
Can we
all
text
love
Edwin,
Edwin.
see if Edwin's available for the episode?
Maybe I will. I should ask Edwin what his fork score is.
Okay.
I'm saying yesterday I had a great time with Edwin.
Yes.
And it was a nice little day we had together. And right near the Americana, a beautiful place,
Yeah.
a beautiful mall.
Yeah.
LA could have looked like that if we had figured things out. But my eyes were open to a great new chicken spot, and I'm not going to give this 6 forks like Bonchon because that was just one of the great meals, and also I think it was during the pandemic. Which was felt like a life-saving meal. It was
Yes,
like
right.
one of the most beautiful moments I had during pandemic. But this to me right now, hey, maybe the quality will drop like you're saying. Maybe it's going to like overexpand. But right now, the chicken is hitting, Wags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for you, Irma, because this is a 5 forker for me.
Wow.
Wow.
This is a 5
forks.
fork restaurant. 5 forks platinum plate score from me.
Wow, and we're very much in Golden
Whoa.
Plate Club territory with these 2 scores. Before we get into mine, Emma, you had some of this. Your thoughts on BBQ chicken? Had you had this before?
I had not had it before.
Yeah.
I was also very confused by the BBQ.
Yeah.
It also feels weird still to call it barbecue chicken, not BBQ chicken, because it's not barbecue.
Well,
right?
so I asked one of the workers at Sawtell, like, how do you pronounce the name? You just say it apparently BBQ chicken.
BBQ
you don't say
chicken.
barbecue.
You don't say
chicken.
barbecue.
Yeah.
So BBQ chicken. No, this is the first
But
time
Americans
I've had
are going to say barbecue because that's what
course.
they're used to seeing. You
It's
know,
a little confusing,
Yeah.
but it was fantastic. That golden original is probably all I would ever need. The flavors were fun to try, but I think if I
Interesting.
went back, I'd probably just get that golden original.
Yeah.
Those hot wings were good, but they were so hot. My eyes were
So
watering,
hot.
my nose was running. So if you need to clear yourself out, that
Yeah.
probably will do the trick.
Yeah.
But I would definitely give that chicken 5 forks.
Wow.
That golden chicken.
Now I feel like I was too much of a critic.
No, you're fine because I think from our critical side, we're gonna go to Casey over here. So Casey,
Casey threw his on the floor.
big
He
time,
did.
big time
literally
Popeye
did.
skeptic. I came in here before the record, and we're all in there. We're having a good time. Mitch is complaining that we're not Edwin, but we're all eating in there. You're in here at the studio getting things set up, and I'm like, Casey, up to you what you want to do, but like you might want to try this chicken. This chicken's pretty good. People are liking this chicken. You went in there, you tried the chicken. I did not get your reaction. What did you think?
The chicken was pretty good.
Okay, all right.
All right.
I kind of agree with Emma. Like, the original hit the most for me, even though
Yeah.
I threw it on the floor.
He did throw it on the floor.
What happened? You drop it?
Yeah, I
fell.
dropped part of it, yeah. on the
I
floor.
gave him
It was
that
mo-
piece of
It
chicken.
was mostly bone, but you know.
I was just about to grab a piece of the real chicken, and then Casey came in, and it was the last piece.
Yeah.
So very generously,
Wow,
I
what
pulled
a
off a
saint.
little piece of chicken from it, and then gave him the rest of it.
I threw it on the floor.
And then you flew it on the fucking floor.
I like that though. You weren't like, here, have the last piece. You said, let me take a little
I
piece
took a
off
little
of it,
piece,
and then I will give
and then
it.
you can have the rest.
I'm very generous.
I think the by the time I got to the chicken, it
Yeah.
had cooled
They've
down
been sitting
quite
for a
bit.
while.
And I think the sauces kind of congealed a bit.
Sure.
I think
Yeah.
hotter,
Mhm.
those would have hit a bit more, but the original, like at room temperature, was
Held
hit
up.
pretty well.
So you think that this place is legit, but you're still a Popeye skeptic?
I look, I've only had bad Popeyes. I need to have a good version of it.
Right.
I'm open to it, but
Are you ordering all the right things from Popeyes? Or are you getting like
I don't know. I
mashed
think
potatoes?
that my issue with Popeyes is I've 2 of the 3 times I've tried it have been late night orders, and I think I gotta not
Yeah, they've given
like
up by
order
then.
midnight.
Yeah.
We need
Popeyes.
to do a Popeye.
Yeah,
we got to get this right.
We'll do a web redemption for Popeyes with
I'd love
Casey.
it.
Yeah, you and Edwin.
Wait,
Yeah,
web
I'll
redemption?
just go with Edwin.
you'd have a great time with Edwin, but you're saying Tosh.0 web
Yeah, Tosh.0
redemption?
style web redemption.
All right.
We're bringing them back.
Do you know what? I heard what Pacino said about BBQ chicken.
What's that?
It's got a great big cloaca. Mamma mia. Like great big ass.
Yeah.
But a cloaca. 'cause
Cloaca
the-
is bird specific to their anatomy.
Yeah,
One
it's-
hole does it all.
One hole does it all. Imagine if we could be so lucky.
Ah, how streamlined that would be. So where would your fork score land? Don't, this isn't binding. This isn't canon, so don't worry about it.
I'd give the chicken 4 forks.
You go 4 forks.
Wow. All right.
So even Casey's going 4 forks for this
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
Versus the American fried chicken chains, like what you were saying, Mitch, and what you were saying, Tansu, it's just like, if this is available, sometimes I'm specifically craving Popeyes, but I would get this over KFC every time. There's
Yeah.
no reason for me to go to KFC. I think Popeyes does what they're doing really, really well, but and there isn't a Church's super close to me. I like those chains a lot, but I just think this is kind of operating at a little bit of a higher level. That said, that is reflected in their price, which we
Yes,
should say.
we didn't
this
touch on
place
that. It's
is
expensive.
It's expensive.
I think
It's expensive.
expensive.
and
It's expensive.
and like fried chicken, is a food of the people. And so if you are like hoping to feed your family or something like that, you might be spending a pretty penny here. So just be conscious of that. But as far as what it's doing and how it's succeeding in that regard, I don't see how I go below 5 forks here.
Oh my
This is a
God,
5-fork
guys.
chain. And so I have to say,
Wow.
welcome to the Golden Plate Club. I get to say, welcome to the Golden Plate Club. BBQ chicken. Congratulations.
Nearly
Hopefully-
platinum. It almost went
Yeah,
platinum.
Almost
sorry
went
about
platinum.
that.
No, you're fine. Hopefully that the quality level, to your point, retains as it continues to scale up, because the aspirations for this chain. The guy behind this, and I talked about this in the intro a little bit, Yoon Hong-gyun, the chairman and founder, wants this to be the biggest chain restaurant in the world. He's aiming for 50,000 locations by 2030. That would make it bigger than McDonald's. I don't think that's sustainable. I don't think they can do that, and they should dial that back a little bit.
Absolutely.
But I do think what they're doing right now at this level is pretty impressive and quite delicious.
I got a fork score from Edwin.
Wow.
Who once again, let me tell you, blast with him yesterday. Today was very fun too. Yesterday, blast. I said, "What's your fork score?" He said, "For the teleprompter, 3.75. I used a teleprompter for my audition. Got away with
why
it.
do you
Ding.
Why
What's
do you
that?
need him? Oh, for your line.
He
He's
also
still
helped me.
re-
He helped me.
Okay.
He helped me run it. Actually, I didn't. He helped me run the teleprompter.
Yeah.
He's doing like a whole production.
He very much did help. I think when he left, he was like, "All right, see you later." I think he was done with me for the day. Sorry, Edwin. Thank you. I love you, buddy.
Sorry, Mitch made you
funny.
pay for half the meal.
That's only right. He was gonna eat half of it. I used the Doughboys credit card wise.
There you go.
He said, I think 4.5 forks.
Okay.
Wow.
Really loved all the wings and flavors, but I thought the rice and fries were so-so.
Yeah, I don't think the sides can maybe stay on the sidelines here, except for the pickled radish.
Yeah.
I will say, as Susser was leaving, I was like, hey, text me your fork score later. Let me know.
Mhm.
And he did this. It was very cool. He just held up 5
Hey.
fingers.
Wow.
On his way to Sweet Green.
Yeah.
We gotta. Casey's the chicken snob he's become.
It's the fried chicken Grinch.
He is. Him and Emerson and Sir Cheeseling.
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 Yeah, so Cheeseling.
Fucking turn their nose at this fried chicken. We gotta get. I think chicken Grinch is the better way to. I don't know. You're throwing chicken on the ground like the Grinch would.
All right, I accidentally dropped it.
right.
I don't need the
was
lore to be
violent.
that I threw it on the ground.
I don't know. A little suspect.
Oh, can I say something I
Bah
forgot to say?
Humbird. That's Casey. Keep going.
Sorry, something I wanted to point out is this is a pet peeve of mine. When you order a lot of things like that with a lot of different flavors, they didn't label anything.
No.
I agree. The absence of labels was
That
confounding.
was so. I think
Yes.
they lost times
Yes,
because of that.
they didn't label anything.
I'm supposed to guess.
I
Sorry,
agree.
please enjoy the joke.
I just like. I like that the chicken Grinch is saying "bah humbug." The Grinch, famous for saying "bah humbug."
Same Bah Humbird.
Yeah, okay.
That's the difference.
I
Maybe
almost
Bach Humburg?
Bach Humbug is
Bach
very
Humbug.
good.
Bach Humbug.
I almost took half a point off because there was no place to even recycle my can. I brought my can home with me.
Yeah.
And it might be restaurant to restaurant, but they a lot of plastic waste, which is everywhere in the world.
I don't
So-
think this place is as bad because the chicken comes in cardboard containers.
That's true. That is true. That's true.
Some of the
That's
sides
true.
were in
The sides
plastic,
have
though.
some plastic heavy
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So I was just passionate about that because it's a pet peeve of mine when I order a lot. And, people have had to do it. You're ordering lunch or dinner or whatever for the squad, and then you have to figure out what is what.
Well, and I imagine
Why?
also you maybe are getting an office order for a bunch of boba, and so those have all got to be labeled
Absolutely.
with people's
And you
names or
bet
whatever.
your ass I label every single
Yeah.
one by hand. It's worth it. You don't want to assume people know. Just
Exactly.
my 2 cents.
No, I think that's a fair point. All right, it's time for a segment. It's our original take on the defunct "One Gotta Go" meme. It's a single item must be banished
Wow.
boba edition.
Wow.
So Tansu, if any of these get too hot for you to handle, like if you're potentially going to be endangering your business by weighing in on these,
Not at all.
you can pass. Okay, so
No, I don't,
just give
my
me the
goal is
leeway.
not 35,000 locations by next year or whatever that guy's was. So I'm cool.
All right, first up.
yeah, that feels a little too hustle culture-y to me.
It's an Asian mom thing, I'm sure.
Mm.
He probably only wanted to open a few, and his mom was like, "No, shoot higher." I relate, but yeah.
All right,
Not moving.
a single item must be banished. Boba edition. First up, tea bases:
Okay.
black, green, oolong, and matcha.
Ooh.
And we're each gonna go.
Yeah, everyone can
I think
say
that
what they think.
with the green, I think it's between green and matcha. And I might get rid of matcha personally for me.
I also don't give a fuck about matcha.
Wow.
Yeah, matcha can go
I
for
don't.
me.
I think that's heretical.
Oolong, I was like
gotta have
oolong, and then
matcha.
I was looking at oolong. I was like, damn, it looks good.
This all looks kind of good. Yeah,
That
I
looks
feel
good.
bad I didn't bring you guys boba. It's because I've been in LA since yesterday. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Next time I will.
I'm kind of pissed off.
Just
Just saying,
get your
Edwin.
poppin' boba.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of assumed when we booked
Yeah,
you, bring us
Edwin
boba,
would have
but
brought
it's all right.
boba.
Edwin probably would have brought some boba. What do you say, Wags?
I was saying it's kind of when we booked you, we kind of assumed we might get.
Yeah,
some.
we
Yeah,
said-
I
it's fine,
it's fine,
understand
it's
that.
fine,
I
it's okay,
understand
it's
that
all right.
expectation.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're
No,
fine.
it's fine. It's fine.
No, it's fine. It's no problem. Totally fine. It's cool.
Are you sorry? Are you crying?
Yeah, no,
I'm really sorry.
no.
Matcha is my final answer. Sorry, who gives a shit about matcha? Not I. We make good matcha at Viva La Boba though.
Well, we Nick and I would have we have no idea.
Yeah,
how
we
wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be
able
I'm
to
really
tell.
sorry,
We would like to
guys.
try it.
You know what I thought about doing? Going to another boba shop and bringing the boba and saying it was mine. And then I
You
did it.
change your restaurant's name, like.
You're known as Kung Fu Tea now. I'm glad I didn't do that. Okay, sorry. Continue.
I probably, boy, this is tricky. I will keep matcha. Partly out of I just like I feel like this is such like I expect this to be at a boba shop, and I think that's more likely to be my go-to than a couple of these. I guess I'll probably get rid of the green tea just because that's perhaps adjacent.
Wow.
But I don't know. I mean, I almost
man.
always go black here.
Matcha, man. You got to get rid of it. Get rid of matcha.
Well, it's
what if you're
staying for
doing
me.
like a fruit tea, like a mango passion fruit tea? You wouldn't want it in a green tea?
No, I mean,
Right?
this is the difficulty of the exercise. There isn't like a clear
Fair point.
one to excise here.
No, the
So-
clear one is matcha. I was just trying to help you.
Yeah.
We've long agreed.
We've
matcha.
matcha is
Gotta
the
go.
answer.
I'll nix green. Next up, flavors. These are compiled by Amelia. So the next one is
Whoa. Look at the dope. We see everything working.
Wow.
We just saw the Matrix.
we saw
of
the
the
Matrix
podcast
a little
slides.
bit on the screen
Wow.
as Emma was toggling through images here. We're looking for people on the audio feed. We're looking at images as we talk through these. The next up is flavors. We've got Thai, taro, jasmine, and Hokkaido.
I don't know Hokkaido. What is the Hokkaido flavor?
Okay, my understanding is Hokkaido is not unlike a brown sugar milk tea. I might be getting that wrong because we actually don't do Hokkaido, but it's like, my understanding, sweeter and creamier. But so is a Thai tea.
This is tricky to me because I don't know all the flavors, but
Do you know taro, the purple one?
I do know it, and I do like it. But I know that also was borderline to be eliminated for me. You're agreeing. Okay, so that's kind of where my head went of looking at these three. I think, and knowing that flavor, I think I would maybe eliminate that one first. Wags, is it taro?
Taro or taro?
Taro. Okay.
Either is fine.
Hokkaido milk tea is a black tea base with milk and a sweetener such as brown sugar, honey, or caramel.
Sounds fantastic.
So it's basically a brown sugar milk
Yes.
It is like
tea,
a brown sugar milk tea, which
Yeah.
I enjoy. And so I would keep that. I'm keeping that bad boy.
What does taro have? There's taro ice cream. What does it taste like? Like a
ube. Well, it's the same thing. It's like a root.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like a sweet
Kind of like
root.
a purple sweet potato, right?
Don't
Yeah,
people say
correct.
it kind of almost tastes like cookies and cream or something?
Yeah, or like cereal milk.
Cereal
like Lucky
milk, yes.
Charms
Okay,
cereal
yeah.
milk. Yeah.
I like it. It's a distinct flavor, and I also like that it's purple. That's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
We had
It's
it
my
in
favorite
Banished,
color.
though. That's where we had the
Right.
the
Yes.
ube. I think they call it ube, but
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
thing, right?
Similar, yeah.
I'm just saying. It looks like Grimace went to the sperm bank. It does. Looks like a glass of Grimace jizz.
It's like, because jizz is the same color as your skin. That's how it works. Whatever color your skin or fur is, that's what color your
What the fuck's in the
ejaculate's
bottom
gonna
of
be.
his jizz too? There's a little.
I don't
fucking-
know, man. Urologist
Are
going
those
to
a
take a look
sperm?
at that.
I mean, maybe they're just big sperm.
Yeah, Grimace is a big dude. He's probably got big, chunky, boba-sized sperm.
Yeah.
I think taro is my answer. I mean, purple is fun. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, purple is fun. I'm keeping that because it's fun. I think
Oh
I'd
my
probably
God.
get rid of the jasmine. I think I'd probably just have the other three more.
Is jasmine
more
the third
frequently.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
The thing with jasmine is obviously it's very floral. So you add any other syrup to it, and all of a sudden, all of that is competing with the natural flavor of the
Oh
tea.
shit! So
Right.
maybe I
So-
am on board with that as well.
It's best enjoyed alone, but I think the fun of boba is adding syrups
Sure.
and toppings, which is why I would probably get rid of jasmine. But I also don't really care for taro. We make a delicious one at Viva la Boba. But I personally don't care for it.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna join you. I think we'll make it unanimous.
Wow.
Unanimous. Ugh. I couldn't say unanimous.
You said it.
I said I got it out.
Yeah, you got it out.
The floral one. What is it called? Jasmine.
Jasmine. Yeah.
Sorry, Aladdin.
Fuck, Aladdin's devastated. All right, next up. Fruity tea flavors.
Wow.
Mango, peach, passion fruit, and lychee.
That's the tea? Oh, no, sorry. That's all four of them.
These are the fruity tea
Okay.
flavors.
Aladdin is kind of like a Doughboys listener. My girlfriend is like a princess.
Yes. I look for things in caves, and sometimes I steal bread.
I love talking to my pet monkey. My enemy is so much hotter than me.
Wow, Jafar is hotter than
Oh,
Aladdin.
you wouldn't fuck Jafar. Don't lie.
Now look,
You would fuck Jafar.
Fuck Jafar.
look.
You would.
Almost everyone in Aladdin I'd fuck. It's a good-looking crew.
Same.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, everyone is hot in that movie.
All right, so Wags, what flavors are these again?
Mango, peach, passion fruit, and lychee.
Damn.
I guess I would just excise a passion fruit, but I like them all. I don't know. It's just, again,
Mango stays. What was the second one?
Peach.
Peach
Maybe it's
stays.
peach.
I like
maybe I get
peach.
rid of
Oh,
peach.
really?
Yeah, just in this context.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit with like an Asian drink as much. Mango. I will say I was confused when you first said all of them because people order drinks that are mango, peach, passion fruit, lychee in one drink.
Right. Yes, they're
So
not
it's-
necessarily distinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see them as all of the above.
This is a tough exercise for me because I'm like, what's lychee taste like again? I feel like a
No,
dummy.
that's fair. Lychee, and I have trouble explaining it. Very like tropical,
Yeah.
which doesn't help. How do you describe lychee?
I've had it before. I know I have. And I've had passion fruit.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe lychee.
Lychee is the weird
the
little...
white meat.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always find things that are lychee flavored are the flavor is very light and subtle. It's not like a really strong fruity flavor.
I think we've had
Yeah.
lychee candies
I'm
on
also-
the podcast.
Very, very often. I'm looking for a description, but if I'm having lychee, it's like a jelly or something
Correct,
that I'm
yeah.
adding. It's not like a
Mhm.
lychee juice.
Maybe I get rid of lychee.
Pardon?
Maybe I get rid of lychee. I might get
You
rid
would get rid of lychee,
Maybe.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
because you
peach a
don't
lot.
understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't understand it.
Xenophobic
I'm scared
approach
of it.
to this
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
No, I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
No, you're right. Or passion fruit. I mean, passion fruit sometimes is a little too much for me too. So
Yeah. I can't get rid of mango as an Indian woman.
I love
Mango
mango.
steak.
Mango's
Peach,
fantastic.
I think for me, peach goes because that's more of like a Southern American thing. I don't
Yeah.
see peach having any business in boba. We do sell it. We make a delicious peach smoothie at Viola Boba. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a peach girl.
We love our boba down here in Georgia.
Dear God.
The brown bouncy balls. They're delicious.
We're not even tired. This is our first episode of the day,
Yeah.
and we're
Yeah,
acting
we
like
ate
we've
fried
done like
chicken before we
I
came
guess
in.
so.
1,500 calories a piece of fucking fried chicken. We should be a
fair,
little bit
that's fair.
groggy.
Oh, you can
We're doing
kiss
good.
it.
Yeah, no, it's the fried chicken.
Jemmy is licking Mitch's hand.
Cheeseling.
Very cute.
So no consensus on that one, but all right, it's okay.
All right, next up, toppings. Tapioca
Toppings.
pearls,
Mhm.
lychee jelly, grass jelly, and cheese foam.
Off the
Grass
bat,
jelly.
grass jelly. This is one of those things. This is not good business advice.
Yeah.
But if I don't like something, I tend to not sell it. And it doesn't matter how many people have asked me for grass jelly, and it's a lot. This is how I know this is bad business advice. I still say no, I won't fucking sell it.
Wow.
I think it's so gross.
You don't believe in it, though. I understand that you coming from that perspective of just like, if this isn't something that I have any interest in, this isn't something that fits my palate, that I can actually advocate for, I maybe wouldn't want it on my menu. I can
Well,
understand
Tansu,
that.
Thank you for understanding, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, well, as long as people want it, you should give it to them. But my argument against that is I don't think it suits any of the drinks that I sell. In
Sure.
fact, it'll ruin a great drink by adding it. So if I just eliminate that possibility of them adding it because they think it's fun or cool and then hating their drink as a result, then you're welcome.
What was the last one? Cheese cream?
Yeah, which is
Cheese
delicious.
foam.
Cheese foam.
I do like a
Cheese
cheese
what?
foam.
It's made out of cream
They foam.
cheese.
They foam
Mhm.
cheese.
It's like a creamy cheese.
Yeah, and they put it on top of your drink, and then you're meant to sip it instead of using your straw. So every sip has a little cheeseling.
Oh. I didn't know that they did this.
Yeah,
we
Or-
got cheese and drink foam and form now.
yeah.
didn't know.
I have a heart monitor on too.
I'm with you. I'm taking your advice here. I am not. I am. What is it?
Grass gel. It doesn't even sound good.
No, does it taste like grass?
Kind of, yeah, kind of very earthy. And as someone who
wheatgrass
doesn't like
shot?
matcha, yeah, and also the texture.
Get out of there.
For some reason, lychee jelly and boba is fine, but the grass jelly, it's like Jell-O. So
I
It's
do
out.
like the lychee jelly. I'm keeping that. Am I fucking dumb? Or the tapioca pearls just boba?
that's boba. But you can say tapioca pearls; it's interchangeable.
But I'm just also
by
like
the
with
way,
their
you're fucking dumb.
But I was just like confused by the terminology here because we're doing boba and then all of a sudden you're throwing tapioca pearls.
Also, this
at me. It's
motherfucker
is this
looks
something
like they're
different?
about to eat it like cereal.
Yeah, it looks like it's
I definitely don't do that.
like it's caviar.
Ever.
I gotta have that. I mean, that defines what boba is. I'm keeping the lychee jelly, and I think I'm keeping the cheese foam. So yeah, maybe I'll be with Tansu. I'll
Goodbye
get
to
rid of that
grass
grass jelly.
Can I make another argument for why some people specifically say pearls? It's because people will come and say, I want boba, and they think all of these fall under the
that's
like
an
the umbrella.
umbrella term,
of
yeah.
boba.
Gotcha.
Sure,
Got it,
but if
yeah.
you want to be specific, then the boba you love and know is tapioca pearls.
Another question for Stinky. When a term becomes like Kleenex becomes like the universal term for something, or like boba becomes a term for the beverage as opposed to the pearls.
Mhm.
What do we call that? Stinky. Let us know in the Discord. Next up, temperature.
Ooh.
Ooh, they
All
all
right.
look ice.
Four temperatures.
Now I would argue. I would maybe argue that these aren't all temperatures. Not to give Amelia a note on the air.
Let's hear.
let's
There's
hear
a
it.
hot bev.
Iced, slushy, and smoothie.
You know what?
These are
She
different.
did it.
They
She did
kinda
a good
work.
job.
They
She did a
kind of
good-
work.
Amelia, God bless you.
I'll give props to her. This is all accurate.
I
Man.
like look. I'm a hot bev guy. I like having a hot beverage. I got to have a hot beverage situation.
You know what's crazy to me is that of all these, the hot bev is the one that maybe would go for me.
Same.
Wow.
Absolutely. And
We're knocking
we
it out of the park.
don't let you add boba to a
idiot.
hot drink
Why?
at Viva.
Oh,
La
I don't
Boba.
do that. I would never put boba in a hot
Okay,
drink,
well,
yeah.
they would here. I think it's like a
Yeah, this stock
health-
image
would it
seems to
melt?
have it.
Oh,
So
no,
wait,
it's
hold on a
more of
second.
like
You would never add it to a hot drink, but you voted hot. You're gonna.
No, I would get a fucking hot drink at a boba place,
And
but I
not
wouldn't
get
get
boba
boba
in
in it.
But it's boba in it. Isn't that the point
But
of
that's
it?
not what I'm not having that. I'm not having with the mug of what
So
that
you get
is
a
for, like
fucking
stock
coffee
image.
at the boba place?
I might get like a hot Assam milk tea. Yeah, I might do that.
That's not the
a
fucking.
reasonable
This is
order.
not the
My
exercise. This is
It's
not what we're
fine.
doing.
I don't know if you guys remember you fought my last episode too, so I'm a little
We did.
triggered.
Did we really?
Yeah, we did at the top of the episode.
And then you were like, anyway, time for our guest, Tansu Philip. And I was like, let's do it.
Well, he's being a fucking idiot.
I'm being completely reasonable.
I'll have a cup of warm water. That's like.
That's not what I'm ordering.
But I'm saying that's what you can do.
You can get like a hot tea. You serve hot drinks. You just don't put boba in them.
Correct.
So this is an okay thing to do at a boba place. I'm going to Viva La Boba.
But
I
it's
can't get myself a
boba.
hot
Each
drink.
one of them have boba in it.
I know, but that's not what I'm talking about. Don't get married to the stock
You just
image.
like hot drinks. I get you like hot
Don't
drinks.
think about the stock
my
images. Think about the question in the
Kumbaya.
abstract.
It doesn't make sense, folks. I think our listeners will agree with me. This doesn't make sense.
I'm getting rid of slushy. I can get
What?
smooth.
You dumb fucker.
If I
You
get
dumb
hot,
fuck.
iced, and smoothie, I don't need the slushy.
You dumb fuck.
The
You get
slushy
it
is
now.
like
You
a
get why
midpoint
he's such a
between-
dumb
the slushy is
asshole.
like a
Yeah, no,
midpoint
you
between
suck,
iced and
Weiger.
smoothie.
This is
How
crazy.
dare you?
You got rid of a slushy?
I like a slushy, but I don't want to. They have the smoothie. I don't need the slushy as well. I want the hot bev.
She put each one of them has fucking
Don't-
tapioca balls,
You're-
pearls, tapioca pearls, boba.
First off, you're confounding our audio audience by fixating on the image.
Well,
Don't think
too
about
bad.
the
They should
image.
switch over to fucking YouTube.
Don't think about the image. Think about the idea of a hot beverage. And yes, in that context, I maybe don't want a hot beverage with boba in it, but I want a hot beverage as an option.
Isn't this boba edition of this game?
You just want me to agree with you instead of saying that maybe I have a different opinion.
Keep your bullshit picks, slushy.
Can I ask the difference between a smoothie and a slushie? Is it just ice?
Yes, thank you for asking. A smoothie has dairy in it, and a
Oh,
slushy
okay.
is made with water or lemonade.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, or
That
tea.
helps.
Maybe I get rid of smoothie then.
Oh, no. Now you want to backtrack and get rid of smoothie.
I'm keeping hot. I'm not going back on hot. Hot and
A guy
ice,
who
hot
thinks-
and ice stay.
A guy who's very proud of how smart he is, you're a fucking dipshit. You're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry to tell you.
Guys, you're making the chicken come up.
I know all these words. My co-host is a dumb guy. You're dumb right now. You're
I'm not being
dumb.
dumb. I'm being reasonable.
Can I get a ride home? I walked here with sus. We'll continue this fight in the car.
Hot's got to stay as far as I'm concerned, but it's got to go from Mitch and Tansu. Next up, milk options: whole, oat, almond, or lactose-free creamer. I'll start this one.
Please.
Maybe I'll get yelled at again. I don't fucking care.
Oh, you don't?
Almond milk must be banished.
Wags,
I agree.
We're
Wow.
friends now.
Yes.
I mean, you went to new depths of dipshitness in the last one, but here you're right.
yeah. No.
Who cares about almond breeze?
Almond milk sucks.
Almond milk sucks.
It's also like so bad for the environment. That's the
Yeah.
other thing. It's like
You
the
know-
most wasteful of any of the milk alternatives to produce.
That's why we don't sell it at Viva La Boba.
You don't sell it. Wow.
Wow.
Because of
Wow.
environmental reasons.
Wow.
hmm
Also, just like,
Also, it sucks. It's watery and bullshit.
Yeah, I don't like it. I prefer oat milk.
yeah,
hmm
I agree. Wags, Good call.
Okay.
I'm glad we could agree because
We're back.
before, I mean, you could be sexist, you could be racist, but hot
He is.
boba, we draw the line. We know when to draw.
Tansu,
our
here's the
boundaries.
crazy thing. He is sexist and he is racist.
Yeah.
But then also he did this.
He hates having me as a guest.
Which for me,
I'm his
Never,
worst nightmare.
which for me,
And she's brown.
for me, he finally he only crossed the line with the hot beverage thing. I was fine with everything else.
I was
hot
curious about
beverage.
white racism, and now I know how it works. Beverage temperature.
We're agreed on milk. Next up, sweetness level.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
These are great questions. Shout out to Amelia.
No sweets, 25% sweet, 50% sweet, full
This
sweet.
is very funny too. The percentage of sweet I've never thought of, but I do
That's a
like
real
it.
thing.
It's good. It's
There's
good.
also, you could go 75 sometimes too, but that's not an option here. Ooh,
Because
boy.
75 is like a pussy answer. You know, if someone tells me at Viva and they do, I want 75% sweet, just fucking commit.
Just go all the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go the way.
In that spirit, I'm going to excise 50 here. I think 50 is a single item that must be banished.
know about
I
that.
like having the zero sweet as an option, again, especially with a hot bev. I like having 25% sweet because that's just like, I'm giving myself a little quarter treat. Like,
Okay.
it's just a little bit treat, but I also want to go full treat at times. So I'll keep the 100%, even though sometimes the 100% can be really, really sweet. But sometimes that's what I want.
I maybe get rid of 25%. I don't know. Nah, a little touch is good. You're right.
It's nice to have a little touch.
Ugh.
Put that above the tramp stamp.
Have a little touch, buddy.
It's nice to have a little touch.
I think maybe Mitch, maybe you're right. Maybe the one
is
we get
50
rid
is
of.
50% for guys like us. Is that like a little? Does that feel more like a 25%?
Yeah, and I believe maybe if you want to keep three, you want 0, 50, and 100, and what you get rid of is the Unkar Plut, the 1/4
I
portion.
agree.
Oh, cheeseling. I just love saying that.
Cheeseling was in episode 9. They cut him, yeah, but he's in there. It's a deleted Cheeseling scene. Him
I'm
and
taking
Babu
out
Frick.
100%, by the way.
Wow, you're taking
because
100%.
It's almost never, unless even at Viva, I recommend adjusting the sweetness. 100% is always too much for me. But
Wow.
also, like, I don't fuck with the 0% people. Go somewhere else.
0%. I'm not. I almost got rid of 0%, but then I don't know. It should stay over 100. But I do occasionally like a very sweet drink. Wags, you know this about me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is the hardest one for me. You know what? I think I might just do 0, 50, or 100.
Yeah, I think the Plut is the one to go.
Plut's got to go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Plut.
It's all right. He's got the Millennium Falcon. He's fine.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, no. Mitch, Ray's in the Millennium Falcon.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Unkar Plut's beloved Millennium Falcon is being piloted by Ray.
Oh my God, he
Oh
must
my-
be so the
Can you
backstory
imagine?
between those two.
Can you imagine what he must be doing if he sees Ray piloting his Millennium
I
Falcon?
think he's probably saying something like how it belongs to him.
He might be saying, "That's mine."
That's probably what he's doing.
Is the Kool-Aid Man in Star Wars?
I mean, kind of.
Kind of
Yeah.
is. It's like a worse character than the Kool-Aid
Yeah.
Man, but he's in it. Yeah. He's there.
I should watch it. You sold me.
Watch if you're gonna watch a Star Wars movie, watch the movie titled Star Wars.
There we
I
go.
would watch Star Wars. I think that's the best place for anyone to start. Yeah.
You've seen both Dunes, he said.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I will say, as a Dune watcher, you will see the bones of Dune in Star Wars. It influenced the original Star Wars very much so.
That probably makes it better,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Than Dune.
Man.
Dune.
Trump and I mean, just like the idea of Trump and Biden riding sandworms is very fun. It just is fun.
it would be fun to see.
And Trump making fun of Biden's
Yeah.
sandworm. It just seems it's a fun thing to think about.
And your
RFK
friend-
Jr. has one in his brain.
That was good and topical. All right, one's gonna go straw color.
Green, blue, yellow, pink. Wait, what straw colors do you have at Viva La Boba?
We have biodegradable straws made out of sugarcane. So they are
Wow.
all tan.
Wow,
I
I
love
love
it.
that.
Thank you. So all of these are offensive to me.
I get it, but most offensive is yellow.
Yellow. Yeah, I agree.
Gotta go.
Yeah, I guess let's get rid of yellow.
Likes purple. You like purple is fun. We've established.
Yeah, well, I think this is actually pink, but that looks purpley.
Oh,
You
sorry.
don't like yellow because it's like a piss straw?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. And it doesn't
I'm
look
drinking
good in any
boba.
drink aesthetically. At
Yeah.
least like if you have a taro, if you have Grimace's sperm, then you have Grimace's dick with a purple straw.
That's
too.
a great
That's
point.
a great point. Feel
That's
like
a
you're
great point.
sucking Grimace's little skinny
Yeah, he
dick.
sounds like he's got a skinny dick.
Yeah, he's like the skinny dick and
It's
getting
a huge
bunch of
nutsack.
thick cum.
I thought Marty was gonna come over, Marty from Headgum, and close the curtains on us. Yellow is it's piss colored. Purple, you made a good point with the Grimace. For me, I like blue and Wags green, Celtics green.
Oh, that's cute.
Thank you.
I can make you like a green Celtics drink,
Hell yeah.
you know, with like
Yeah.
mint, you know.
Would have been nice to have it
Yeah,
today.
could have been cool to. Maybe we could have a Lakers one too. Hey, that was a single item must be banished. Just like a restaurant, we value your feedback. Let's open up the feedback, and we have a voicemail today. Emma, if we want to get this. one.
Wow.
I do. Just give me 1 second to switch over to that.
What would be in the green drink?
Let's talk about
Mint.
it. What are some green things you like? Do you like
see
mint?
See, here's the issue. I don't like I like mint chocolate chip ice cream,
Mhm.
but I'm not like a huge mint flavored guy.
I get it. Same.
Interesting.
How about
So-
honeydew?
I
Well,
love
honeydew's a
Let's
good
do
one.
a honeydew
That's
smoothie.
fun.
I love it.
You can't have one because you eliminated smoothies.
Well, I don't. I
No,
don't
you-
think
that's
that
fine.
means,
You can-
that means for
Why?
my life. That was for the
It's
exercise.
okay. No,
Oh.
you can have a hot honey lemon fucking a honeydew drink
With extra boba.
with extra boba.
No, I don't put it in a hot drink. I can still eat a smoothie. I was just saying, like, if I had to eliminate
No,
one.
you drink a smoothie.
You
God,
drink a smoothie.
Weiger.
I can't.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I can have a smoothie. People know that means drink.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Um,
I thought it was in trouble.
When people start bullying, I like side with the bullies. It's like
I think it's a great.
It's like
I think
a
it's
survival
a great.
tactic.
Yeah,
Yes,
survival
right.
tactic.
I'm
It's
sorry,
great
yeah.
self-preservation.
You know, what else you have as a green drink? Freaking Kermit's cum.
I should do a series. Grimace's sperm. Kermit's cum.
Are you making fun of me because I said Grimace?
What, like would Kermit shoot a freaking load in here? It's the color of his skin. That's how cum works.
You make these jokes too. You can't make it that I do these jokes on the podcast and you don't.
What, did Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles bust a fucking nut in my cup?
What was
I guess
the
any of the
question?
Ninja Turtles. Yeah, let's hear the question.
Here comes the voicemail.
Hi, this is Mark. I live in Florida. I've been listening to all your episodes from the beginning.
Wow.
I just listened to the Papa John's 2 with Riza. My first job was with Papa John's.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I don't know if you guys have ever mentioned it, but they put all their toppings underneath the pizza, except for a couple of them, which I think is kind of interesting. Let me
Under the
to
cheese.
ask you,
Under the cheese.
how
that
many
must be what it
toppings
means.
do you think are too many toppings on a pizza, if there is such a thing?
Wow, great question, Mark. Yes,
Was that it just cuts off?
Yeah.
he said how he
got
said they
caught
put the
leaving
toppings.
voicemail.
He said put their toppings underneath
Significant
pizza.
other is like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm on call from the hospital. Put the phone down. The question is how many toppings is too many on a pizza? Mark phrased it as Papa John's puts their toppings underneath the pizza. Obviously, they're not underneath the crust. It means underneath the layer of cheese. I think a
Under
lot
the
of
cheese.
Mhm.
I felt bad singing that. Sebastian is a Jamaican crab. I felt bad.
Oh, can you do it again?
No,
I missed it.
under the cheese is what I said.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't. Now I felt self-conscious about
I think
it.
you're,
that's
I think
okay.
you're okay. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
cartoon
Okay,
voice.
okay,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
Good. I did not notice that with Papa John's anytime we've gotten it. So
Same.
that's interesting.
news to
I had
me.
no idea.
I think Round Table Pizza does that too, or at least with some of their toppings. I've definitely encountered places that have like a layer of pepperoni and then the cheese on top of it. Like I feel like that's a thing I'll run into. But as far as how many toppings are the right number of toppings for a pizza, I don't think you want to go more than 3 unless you're going full like combo. If you're getting like a supreme pizza, that's its own thing. Or if you're getting like I'm gonna go hard in one direction. I'm gonna get the supreme. I'm gonna get the combo. I'm gonna get like a veggie lovers. I'm gonna get a meat lovers. That's a whole thing where the approach is more is more. We're just gonna throw in as many things as we have. But I think as far as a general execution, no toppings is sometimes the right answer.
Sure.
I don't think you
Yeah.
want to go more than 3.
I'm a cheese pizza guy, so I say no toppings, but no more than 3 is probably right. I feel like 2 is almost already like I'll do pepperoni and onion, or I'll do sausage and green peppers, and sometimes onions too. I think 3 is
great.
yeah. But I mean, everyone will have a slice of supreme pizza sometimes and like it too,
Sometimes
right?
you want that. It's not a hard and fast rule, but I think generally, like, hey, I'm gonna construct a pizza. Once you start going beyond 3, it's now you're in Ungapachka territory. Now it's like when you're at Chipotle and you get like too many things on your fucking bowl, and that's just a big mush, you know?
Okay, I'm glad you I don't know if I'm allowed to answer this question.
Of course.
I'm glad you brought up Chipotle because I think the answer depends on the kind of pizza you're getting. If it's a personal build your own pizza, then I think it makes more sense to get more toppings. If anything, to feel like you're getting your money's worth because it's the same price regardless. But on the
Did you think also we were going to let you answer this question?
I just didn't want to out of place be like, well, my 2 cents, Mike in Florida, you know? So my 2 cents, Mike in Florida, was that his name? Mark in Florida, is if it's, I'm a cheese pizza girl. If I'm going to do a topping, I would just do 1. And I think, I don't want to fight. I think a combo is crazy. Do you want any pizza with your toppings?
Wow.
I like that.
A combo is crazy. I've never taken a bite of a supreme pizza and been like, thank God there's 40 vegetables and meats in here.
I'm kind of on board with you.
I think I could be fine with, look, if we're putting a fucking, we're doing this exercise with pizza and Supreme is on there, I might be saying this previous segment, I might be saying the single item must be excised is the Supreme. Because it's not a thing, I think it has its time and place, but it's not a thing I'm craving generally.
The thing to me that's always funny is people are like, ugh, you just like cheese pizza? And I'm like, that means you don't like pizza.
Correct.
Because if you're like, oh, cheese pizza is so like boring and nothing to me, I'm like, it means you don't like pizza. Pizza
It's like vanilla. Vanilla is a flavor. You know, it's not plain. A cheese pizza is not a plain slice. So even though people call it a plain slice,
I like
that's
vanilla.
Pizza. Yeah, vanilla is great.
Vanilla is good.
Vanilla rocks.
But cheese pizza,
it's an exotic bean. Cheese pizza is great too. I love cheese pizza.
Mm-hmm.
My boyfriend once stole real vanilla from Sprouts.
Whoa!
Wow!
And he's not like a thief. I don't know what came over him. He's gonna be so mad I said this on the podcast. But then I felt so guilty that it was stolen vanilla that I never used it.
Wow,
that's good. I think that's the right move.
Thank you. And it just expired. But if Sprouts is listening to this, I didn't steal it. The white guy I'm dating, not me. There's a difference. But vanilla made me think of. So actually now, anytime I think of vanilla, I'm taken to that dark place of like, is this who we are now?
Yeah. I usually think stealing from a grocery store is a victimless crime. There's so much like stuff that gets thrown in the trash. But
whoa.
I don't know.
No, I'm a good girl, guys. Yeah. I don't steal anything. I can't even take like a piece of candy.
Stealing from grocery stores?
Look, I might not steal from a Sprouts, but stealing from a Whole Foods? I mean, come on. Steal from a fucking Whole Foods. Who gives a shit?
Wait, what's the difference between...
I don't know. Probably there is no difference. So I'd say, like, yeah, stealing from a grocery store is a victimless crime. But I think there's probably, when you see something that's owned by Amazon, to me, that's a little bit more onerous, and I have a little bit less guilt about taking something from it.
Is it a victimless crime, or are they like, hey, whoever was working this shift, there's stuff missing, you're fired?
Yeah, that's a problem if the whole stop-loss side of things is going after somebody.
Oh, fuck. I can't go back into this place, guys. I did so much emotional work.
I think you're fine.
Thank you.
I had what Apollonia's the other day, by the way, to speak on pizza. Mm-hmm. They have square pizza, and like the vodka. The guy behind the counter was like, vodka sauce is my favorite one, but the most popular one is the pepperonis, burrata, and hot honey.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's the one I had.
And it is fantastic. Here's my thought though. I thought it was great, and it's like one of the only times I don't need hot honey on a pizza.
I agree with you.
And by the way, Apollonia's is great. Everyone should check it out. It's a great pizza place. A great pizza. But hot honey, I don't know if I need. It's all the rage, Wags, and I don't know if I need hot honey on a pizza.
There's a few different places I've had it at. One called the Dough Room. One called Roberta's, which is a Brooklyn chain that has moved out here. One. Yeah, and I feel like that. And I think that Roberta's actually took it off their menu because I think the hot honey has gotten a little bit overplayed. I think it's a
little trendy.
New York,
it's a little trendy.
Yeah.
8 years ago. So I'm surprised they're still doing it if they are.
Yeah. I don't know. I like hot honey. Yeah, maybe on a pizza, maybe I don't need it. I don't know. I've had it be okay.
Yeah.
For me, hot honey is like an afterthought. I almost never think I want. It's almost like, oh, I'll get it, I guess, if it's there. But I'm never like, this would be better with hot honey.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
The only hot honey I need is my wife.
Aww.
Wow. In the end, you're like Al Pacino.
I look at my wife and I say, that's mine. If you have a question or comment about the world of chain restaurants, you can email us at feedback@birdfuck.com or leave us a voicemail at 830-GO-DOUGH. That's 830-463-6844. To get the Doughboys double.
That's mine.
Very angry. Our weekly bonus episode, plus our entire pre-2018 back catalog, subscribe at patreon.com/Doughboys. Our producer is Emma Erdbrink. Our associate producer is Amelia Marino. Our engineer is Casey Donahue. And our video editor is Mike Dorfman. Our guest, Tansu Philip. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
What a
me.
treat this was.
This was a great honor of my life, and I've met Beyonce, and this was
Oh
better.
my God.
Wow.
Qualix X.
Went on a date to Cold Stone Creamery.
Went on a date to Cold Stone
Wow.
This is
Creamery,
true. They went to high school together.
which
Oh, how cute is that?
we
It's
then
very
were
cute.
like, how much of this is a date? And we never really, we've never gotten to the bottom of it. I think the answer is not at all.
That's okay. No,
I think he
no.
was in a Cold Stone while Beyonce was there once, is the answer.
Well, Beyonce's music video is on TV. Viva La Boba, people should check that out. Tell us about the store and anything else you want to promote.
We are opening our second location in Redlands, California. If you're ever on your
Wow.
way to Palm Springs, to Big Bear, Lake Arrowhead, stop by. Or if you just want to make the drive, I'd love to see you. I do improv here in LA. I do comedy shows. I'm out and about. Follow me on Instagram at Tansu Philip.
Wow.
There you go. And it's TANSU.
Yes, thank you.
Got it.
Thank you.
And hey, that'll do it for this episode of Doughboys. Until next time, for the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell, I'm Nick Weiger. Happy eating.
See ya.
Hey, buddy, want Doughboys merch? We're talking hats, shirts, sweatshirts, patches, glasses, all sorts of stuff. Aprons. It's all available at kinshipgoods.com/doughboys. That's kinshipgoods.com/doughboys.
I know you make good tacos. I know they all taste great. They're spicy and they're iconic. You know that I feel this way. I ask each time I come here. But why don't you guys sell shakes? You just don't. I'll have the new gordita and 2 of the nacho fries. Has anyone ever ordered just a black bean side? Sorry, I'm getting off track. One more thing for those fries, the dipping sauce. All I'm asking, Mitchie. Cheese, cheese, cheese for nacho fries. And please, please, please don't bring me hot sauce when I already have 35. Heartburn is one thing, burritos another. I beg you don't embarrass me, Evan Susserai. Cheese, cheese, cheese. Hey folks, it's your favorite Doughboys guest, Mike Hanford, and I'm here to tell you about a stand-up comedy tour I'm doing at the beginning of August in the Midwest and the West Coast. And here's where I'll be. Starting August 2nd, I'll be in Paw Paw, Michigan. Then August 3rd, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. August 4th, Minneapolis, Minnesota. August 7th, Seattle, Washington. August 8th, Portland, Oregon. 2 shows, an early show and a late show. And finally on August 16th, Los Angeles, California. Find tickets on my Instagram at Mike Hanford, and come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm doing a full hour. I want to see you there. Oh, and next time you're at Taco Bell, try to remember this. Cheese, cheese, cheese for nacho fries. And please, please, please don't bring me hot sauce when I already have 35. Heartburn is one thing, burritos another. I beg you don't embarrass me, Evan Susserai. Cheese, cheese, cheese.
That was a Headgum podcast.